Hold on
So
one
I have a
second.
question.
Hold on one second. Hold on one second. I gotta. All right, go ahead. Sorry about that. I had a little technical difficulty.
That's okay. So I just wanted to ask you a question. What were you doing in 2020?
What was I doing in 2020?
Politically, what were
4 years
you up
ago.
to?
I was working on. I was working on the Bernie Sanders campaign initially. Why?
Were you marching with BLM at all?
Marching with the Bureau of Land Management?
Black Lives Matter.
Was I marching with Black Lives Matter?
Yes.
Uh,
Were you in
I
the
mean, I,
streets protesting?
I mean, I went to some events and some planning meetings. Why?
Okay, do you because I don't think people really appreciate enough like how much value like a black man's voice has on the planet. You realize that BLM made the entire world kneel for them, right? There
Made
were
the entire
protests
world
in
what?
Poland. Kneel.
Kneel, kneel for kneel for black people,
Yes.
bro. Are you okay?
There were even BLM protests in Poland.
Why can you stop saying BLM, bro? I don't know what that means.
Okay, all right, protests. Is that better?
Well, no, you keep saying BLM. Like, I don't.
Well, I'm what I'm trying to get at is that there was way too much complacency this year. Where were the protests? Where was the outrage when Trump was calling for race riots in Ohio?
I mean, they existed. Maybe you just missed them.
I didn't know of any types of protests going on in Springfield in defense of the people of Springfield, the
Oh,
Haitian
you mean the
migrants.
Haitian? Yeah, I would venture to say because they were scared because bomb threats and lynching threats were afoot. The Triple K showed up.
Right, so
Like
they needed other people.
like the Triple K
Right.
showed up.
So,
Well, yeah, but
right. So
hold on,
they
hold on,
needed
hold
other
on,
people to
Frank.
speak for them.
Yeah, but those other people that needed to speak for them should have been white people, not black people.
I look, I'm just
Yeah,
another
no,
like
no, no.
liberal
Yeah,
soy
I
cuck.
don't, I don't know, I don't know what that means because I'm a communist. But white people should have showed up.
I honestly believe that your voice has more
No,
value than
white
mine.
people should have showed up because it was white people that caused
It
this fray. So white people should have stopped said fray.
Yeah, but everyone
No,
already
no,
knows
no,
the
no.
assignment,
There's no
right?
yeah, but there's no yeah, but like white people should have showed up. White
White
people should
people,
have
like
spoke up.
80% of us are evil demons. Everyone knows that already.
I I don't know
White
anything
people aren't
about
going to
that.
show up.
Well, then you're
White
gonna
people,
keep getting what you get.
well, I mean, I feel like people need to.
Now you
I,
can't ask black people. That's crazy. You can't ask black people to continuously, you know what I'm saying, fight against the shit that white people create. Like that's crazy. Like do you don't think that, you know what I'm saying, at some point black people get tired? Like fuck it, y'all have it. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever it is that you say, you got it, buddy. Like you know what I'm saying? Like asking black people to continuously after the, you know, the fucking uh, you know, anti-slavery movement, the civil rights movement, and then ever since the civil rights movement, continuously yelling on a bullhorn at the top of our lungs, you know, the shit is fucked up, and people ignoring it, and then you're like, black people, you got to do more. You got you got to keep giving your emotional and physical and mental labor. No, fuck that. Like that's your house that needs to be cleaned up.
but you need to because it's not us that are going to suffer, right? I'm like I live in a white supremacist
So all you're
society.
telling me is that black people need to continue to give up their emotional labor.
You need to stand up for yourselves. It's going to be bad. You need to stand up for yourselves. I think there was too much complacency this election cycle. And I think what ejected Trump out of the White House in 2020 was because everyone hit the streets and told them that, we're not going to take this anymore. And the median voter is just a tree that blows in whichever direction the wind is blowing. And your silence just tells me you don't agree with me.
If I create a bomb and only I know how to dismantle said bomb, and I leave it in your house, and said bomb destroys your house and everything in it, is it your fault?
Well, would I just be letting the bomb go off in my house?
Is it your fault?
I wouldn't be responsible for the bomb that was placed there, but would I be responsible for not stopping the bomb after it was placed there? I think I might be.
So even though I created it and I'm the only one who knows how to dismantle it, it's still your fault?
Look, I'm telling you right now, it is all our fault, like 100% completely. I think that the power.
What do you mean when you say all our fault? Who are you talking about?
White people. We created this entire.
You're asking me to disable a bomb that I've had no, you know what I'm saying, like that I have no tools to do so.
My argument is that you have more tools than I do. I'm a speck in a.
How do I have more tools than the people that benefit from the detonation of said bomb?
Because people are more willing to listen to you. People are more willing to listen to you than me. I'm a speck in a vat of mayonnaise. They're just gonna be like, "Oh, he's just a beta. He's just a cuck."
Yeah, no, nobody's gonna listen to me because we have people like Candace Owens saying, "Oh, there's no problem." Like, bro, you live in a state of delusion, and I mean that in the most respectful way possible. Like, you're not in touch with the reality of what it means to be a marginalized person in this country.
What should I do then, as a white person that wants to stop this?
Yeah, clean up your own house. Talk to your own people. Don't tell black people what they should have, could have, and would have done. Like, that's crazy.
So you don't agree that there was complacency this election cycle?
Yeah, I don't agree that it's your place as a non-black person to tell black people what they could have, should have, and would have done. I think that's fucking insane.
I don't just put it on black people. I put it on everyone that was threatened by the whole thing. Everyone. I put it on, whites caused the entire issue, but I put it on the people that would be affected by it.
But I feel like you're wildly out of touch, friend.
Okay, I can understand that.
Like, you came up here and told a black man that black people didn't do enough is crazy. Like, if we look at the voting numbers.
Yeah, this dude's
you know what I'm saying? Like, over 80% of black people voted to stop fascism. So I feel like they did their job.
It's not just votes,
depending
though, right?
on what city you look at.
It doesn't even matter the city, like, collectively.
The statistics vary.
You see, like, my voice is drowned out by this. Is this Trump supporter? Dark, are you a Trump supporter?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, see, like, my voice is drowned out by this, like, hick above me. Like, I can't get my voice out as a white person because there's so many of these stupid hicks here that drown out my voice. When you,
this guy's just called you crazy for the last 5 minutes.
When you, as a marginalized person,
in the seat.
When you, as a marginalized person, speak out, these hicks up here, they get scared of you, and they broadcast it everywhere.
White on white crime is my favorite thing.
Absolutely. I absolutely, Mr. Jones, absolutely. Absolutely.
I can't tell if he's being serious.
And I would put,
This guy is straight up
look,
crazy.
You can.
Well, I mean, you voted for Trump, bro, so I don't know if you can go around
I
calling
would
folks
sacrifice. I would
Yeah, but
sacrifice
I'm not
all my
talking like this dude.
comforts. I would sacrifice all my comforts to stop this
Trump is the
person
party
above
of
me.
common sense. This dude is just.
So hold on, what did you say? What
at that
about
picture.
common sense?
Republicans party of common sense. This guy whacked.
Do you know what common sense means, bro?
Of course,
Oh, tell me.
it's common knowledge.
Yeah, you know, once upon a time, it's common knowledge that the Earth was flat.
Yeah, and I'm sure people believe that.
Yeah, so common sense means the sense of the commoners. It means the sense of people who aren't well educated.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you want to keep using that term. Kind of sounds crazy. Like now you sound
I
like,
will
bro.
keep using it though. It is the party of common sense.
Well then,
Hey,
okay.
it's
So yeah, so the party of people aren't well educated. Great. Yeah, you're right. I agree.
wouldn't
Now
say, I wouldn't
on that,
say
I concur.
that. I'd say they
I
can
would.
look past your bullshit claims like this fascism one. People have common
what
sense.
Is,
they
what
don't
is
believe
fascism?
it. And you saw how that worked out.
Yeah,
Majority
what is
of the
fascism?
country disagrees with what
Yeah,
you
not
think.
majority of the country.
Yeah, but it's majority.
Yeah, so only
popular vote,
49,
that's
only
majority. Don't cry about it, you
49%,
lost.
only
Scoreboard,
49% of the electorate,
Scoreboard.
only 49%
Go
of the
back and check the
electorate voted for
scoreboard,
Trump.
buddy.
Yeah,
Go back and check
49%.
the
So not
scoreboard,
even
buddy.
half. Not
Go
even
back
half.
and check the scoreboard,
Yeah, the
buddy.
scoreboard says not even half
Majority
of the
country
voters.
disagrees with you.
Yeah, not even
You
half
don't
of the
make any
voters.
sense, man.
Yeah, so not
I'm
even
sorry,
half of the
I hate it
voters
for you. I
voted for
hate it
Trump.
for you. You've been pushing propaganda.
Yeah, so not even half of the voters voted for Trump. Like not even half.
Yeah, he won the popular vote. Keep crying.
Yeah, but not even half
Keep
of the
crying.
voters voted for Trump.
Keep crying.
Oh, I'm not crying.
Yeah, it sounds like you are. You're in denial.
No, I'm not in denial about anything.
Majority of the people who
America
voted,
lost.
voted
So
for
all
Trump.
you're telling me
Care
is that
about-
there's a lot of people that are wildly uneducated. You're just telling me there's a lot of stupid, very stupid people. Like the difference between now, you know what I'm saying, in the 1930s Germany is like people didn't realize what Hitler was capable of and didn't realize like how fascism worked. But because we understand history now, we do know, you know, how history works and how fascism works. But like you're you know, egregiously less intelligent than I am. And so like the just the vacillation in your tone, you know what I'm saying, just like the way that you speak just proves to me that you're not well educated at all. Like the first thing that you came up here talking about was common sense, and you don't even know what common sense is. Like, so I mean, I don't know, this shit is just kind of weird. But I mean, since you don't know how to you know, behave yourself like a you know, a well-adjusted human being, I'm just gonna have to let you go. Also, Forrest Shade, thank you for coming up. I appreciate you. Stop blaming black people for you know, being fucking oppressed. That's crazy. Like that's nuts. Absolutely nuts.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, Bri?
How are you doing this morning?
I'm hanging out. How about yourself?
I'm doing all right. I'm making some turkey bacon with some eggs. I have a question. I voted for RFK. I regret it. I should have voted for Harris. That was my first pick. But hear me out. I voted for RFK because my grandma got the vaccine and now she can't drive anymore. And I feel like that's a valid reason to vote for RFK. But, you know, I mean, RFK used to be a Democrat. You know, I mean, he still has democratic values, I feel.
No, he doesn't.
But
how old is your grandma?
she's like 58, and I didn't have a mom, so she's taken care of me my whole life, and I'm just pissed that she can't drive anymore, so.
Yeah, so this is called a correlation causation fallacy. Like, do you have any, you know what I'm saying, medical evidence to substantiate the reason that she can't drive?
Yes, sir, I do,
Okay,
Mr.
so
Jones.
what is that? What is that evidence?
Well, actually, she got the vaccination, and then she lost 98% of her vestibular nerve activity. And your vestibular, there's several cases of this happening. You can look it up. I'm actually on a Facebook group called Vestibular Nerve Damage, and it's about people that have this specific injury happening to them. And your vestibular nerve is in your ear, and it's your equilibrium. So it makes it to where you get dizzy, you get dizzy all the time and stuff like that. Basically, this has happened with people on vaccination, mostly older women, which really angers me that it has to happen to older women. I'd rather it happen to men, but
yeah, so COVID-19 itself causes inner ear damage. Yeah. So there's a good chance that she got COVID-19, and that's why her vestibular nerve was damaged, and less likely that it had anything to do with the vaccine.
I hear you. That's really enlightening. That's really, really enlightening. I'm going to tell my grandma that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so that's why I was talking about, like, the correlation causation fallacy. There's a whole entire PubMed article about how COVID-19 caused inner ear damage. It's one of the attributes of long COVID. So, you might want to, next time before you join a Facebook group, like, go up and look up some actual, information from medical professionals.
I hear you, sir. I hear you. My aunt, she speaks 8 different languages, and she was in the university. She got a music degree, and she got transferred up to Canada. She was a transfer student. So I'm sorry. I want to be educated myself. I'm sorry. I don't have any. I don't come from a rich family, so I'm probably gonna end up having to join the military to get a student debt, free. So I'm pissed about that. But yeah, I really want to educate myself. I'm only 23. I'm sorry. I should have voted Harris. That's what I was thinking at first, is Harris. Hopefully, since I voted for RFK, my vote didn't go to Trump. Do you think that's the case? Okay. God, frick. Well, I'm sorry. Well, yeah, you're right. I've never.
I just want you to know a couple of things. One, the COVID vaccination was an mRNA vaccine. It didn't contain the COVID virus at all. That's not for you personally. That's for, like, the general public. Secondly, like, all vaccines have side effects, like literally all of them. So, everybody's going to react to medication and vaccinations differently. But there's a better chance that she caught COVID, because it doesn't prevent you from catching COVID. It prevents you from dying from COVID.
I hear you.
There's a better chance that, she got long COVID or inner ear damage from the virus itself, and not from the vaccination.
I hear you. Like I said, thank you so much for telling me that. I'm going to tell it to my grandma. I don't think my grandma directly blames the vaccination itself. Like I said, she and her husband voted for Harris. They have Harris signs outside in their front yard. But I mean, I don't know. My dad. Here's one of the things I'm coming up on the slide to ask. My dad. So my grandma and my grandpa are hardcore Democrats, and my dad he used to be a Democrat, and now he's switching to the Republican side and voting for Trump. And he has all this stuff in my ear. He's just constantly, like, ramming me in my ear about this stuff, telling me the Democrats are lying. All this. So I kind of had to go in the middle. I didn't have to go in the middle, but I don't know. I just wanted to kind of be, neutral, I guess. I don't know how to explain it.
You need to make your voting decisions for yourself, not off the strength of, family members or anything of that nature. Honestly, that's what I would suggest.
I hear you, but I mean, whenever you're working all the time and you don't have enough time to actually even,
you have all the time. Let me tell you how I know you have time. Let me tell you how I know.
How?
I'm a single dad that runs multiple organizations, and you know what I'm saying, comes on TikTok every day, and you're here. You're here right now when you could be reading and learning.
Yep. My dad was a single dad raising me and my sister all by himself. I know what you're saying. I actually just recently quit my job. I'm hoping to join the fire department. My uncle, I was working at the solid waste management department, so I could hopefully move up to the fire department. My uncle retired from the Orange County Fire Department in California, and he's actually very highly respected. I don't know if you know what the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier is.
Of course I do.
Yeah, he got to put a reef on top of it.
So what's that?
I know, right? But yeah, I appreciate what you do. I appreciate what you do, and I think it's cool. I like to be educated, and I support you wholly. I support you fully. Yeah. But I haven't even had time to make my own Spotify playlist. I mean, I don't know, man. It's hard. It's hard. It can be hard. That's why that's why I want social, I'm advocating for social programs like, free healthcare, free college, because I don't want this classism to continue, I mean,
unfortunately, that's not going to happen under Trump. So
I know. Yeah.
All right, man. Well, listen, keep educating yourself. Keep pushing forward.
Have a good day.
All right.
Hello.
What's up?
How are you?
I'm okay. How about yourself?
Pretty good. So I joined this because I just want to start this by saying that this was the first election that I actually cared to vote in. I just had my first baby in June, and that really shone light on the importance of voting for his future.
Mm-hmm.
And what really made me vote for Trump was I really liked the idea of getting RFK in the position that he was in and shining light on how...
Have you ever read RFK's book?
No, I haven't.
Maybe you should have. Well, he has more than one. One of the books that he wrote, he tried to frame a black man for killing somebody that he didn't actually kill. Somebody that a family member, a cousin of his, had killed. But he tried to frame a black man instead. His other book had to do with healthcare and, specifically COVID-19. And if you read the book and you have any level of, medical acumen, you would realize that bro is completely outside of his brain. He has no fucking idea what he's talking about. Aside from that, he chainsawed off the head of a whale, strapped it to the top of his car, and then let, the guts of it blow into the face of his children. And then he, picked up a dead baby bear on the side of the road, put it on a bicycle, and then, propped it up in Central Park. Bro is a whole entire nutcase, literally.
Wow. Okay. So, yeah, I'm not aware of that. And I was in a live before this, and I brought this topic up, and
even his own family is nope.
Yeah. Yeah, that is wild. Like I said, I was in a live prior to this, and I brought this up, and who I was talking to did bring up some pretty solid points in regards to him. So I'm completely open-minded about it.
I mean, it's a little late to be open-minded when you've already voted for fascism, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess just the point I was trying to make, where I was coming from, was I really liked that he was shining light on the effects of what's been being put in our foods for all these years and making our people sick. I think that that's something that's important and should be more talked about.
So the answer is to get rid of the FDA?
No, I don't think getting rid of the FDA is the answer.
That's
I
Trump's
think
plan.
holding them to
Well, that's Trump's
higher
plan.
standards.
What Trump's plan is to get rid of them, not holding the higher standards.
That's where my beliefs are, and I feel like.
Well, then you voted against your own beliefs.
But how is that so if we're talking about it being a problem, like addressing the issue with...
Well, you're not addressing it by getting rid of the FDA, which is their plan. Thank you so much, Skippy. I appreciate you. So you went against your own plan.
No, but like questioning them is a step forward in my opinion.
Yeah, but we're not questioning them. We're getting rid of them.
But they sat back and watched us.
They didn't sit back. Do you understand like where their directives come from?
So you think it's okay that we've been making our people sick with allowing all of these toxins in our foods that are banned in other countries?
Yeah, who makes those decisions?
The FDA is who approves these things to be given to us.
No.
They don't?
Mm-mm.
So the FDA doesn't approve what is okay to be given to the people.
Mm-mm.
As far as like toxins and carcinogens in our foods.
Mm-mm.
Then who is?
Congress. Also, you do have, yeah, so you do have like state and local officials, like in the state of Florida, they're allowed to, you know, approve certain pesticides being used on the food. They're allowed to approve, you know, toxic waste being dumped in our waterways. They're allowed to approve, you know, what is released into the atmosphere. So all of those things are going to come, you know, from your local elected officials. And then in addition to that, your government officials. So if the FDA were to be like, oh, well, we're going to ban, you know, I don't know, anything, right?
Yeah.
Congress can stop them from doing so.
Yeah.
Supreme Court can stop them from doing so.
Okay. And see, I'm under the impression that you would make a difference in speaking up about these things. Sorry, if I'm stumbling, it's because I'm reading these comments and people are being like,
I don't read.
Towards me about.
I don't read them. Yeah, so people keep saying the FDA decides what goes in foods. Like you have to understand that there's people that are cabinet positions that are placed, you know what I'm saying, by presidents that oversee these organizations. And these organizations are also lobbied by outside interests. So
yeah,
it's not simply like the FDA has unilateral power over what is in our food. And the vast majority of like what is in our food, right? Again, is controlled by local level officials.
Okay. Yeah, and I hear where you're coming from. I'm sorry if I'm uneducated on this. It's just that that's what was presented to me. And like, of course I would vote that way if I think it would be better for the future of our people and my children. I don't know why everyone in the comments is being rude to me, saying I'm racist or I'm just like an uneducated white woman. How do you feel about that? Do you think that's kind of putting me in a box?
You asking me?
Yeah.
Did I say it or did somebody else say it?
No, somebody else is saying that, but I feel
so
like
why am so why are you asking me?
I'm curious about your opinion on that, because I feel like I'm just trying to look out for what's best for like me and my children, but I feel like I'm putting this
the FDA does not have the authority to unilaterally increase or decrease its regulatory jurisdiction.
Okay.
That's according to Senate.gov, just so you guys know.
Okay. Okay.
The FDA can only issue regulations to prevent the spread of communicable diseases. So that's it. That's all.
Okay. All right. Yeah, people are being, that's okay. All right, I appreciate it. I just was coming on here because I've seen this saying that I chose fascism, but it's like I wasn't really thinking I was voting in that direction. I just thought that I was voting in the sense of what was better for
That's the danger of being an uninformed voter.
Okay.
So, you know, if you vote for the same party as the Triple K and the Yahtzees and white nationalists, then you voted for white nationalism. It's kind of how that works.
Okay. I just like hate to think that people are thinking I'm voting in the sense where that's like I have some evil motive. That wasn't at all what I was like going for. I just, like I said, I don't like to be
so like being ill-informed of committing a crime doesn't absolve you of committing a crime. Like if you did something that was a crime but you didn't know it was a crime, you can still get prosecuted for the crime.
Yeah, I don't think it's a crime to vote
for fascism. I think it should be.
Okay.
Would you disagree?
I would disagree in the sense where I don't have any evil motive behind why I voted the way I did. I really just...
Yeah, the road to hell is paved in good intentions. I'm sure you've heard that before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, as a woman, if I knew that a person that I'm voting for was adjudicated for, you know, sexually assaulting a woman, I'd be like, I'll figure out another way to eat healthy. I'll start growing my own foods, and I'll start, you know, buying my meat and poultry from local farmers so that I, you know, don't have to participate in fascism. But that's just me, though.
Yeah, no, I see your perspective. I see where you're coming from. Like I said, I'm not like super into politics or that educated. I actually came on this live to be. That's why it's kind of like wild to me that people are coming for me as hard as they are.
I think that you're more concerned with the comments and the conversation we're having, so I'm going to let you go back to the comments, and then you can argue with them there, okay? All right.
How's it going?
What's that?
Oh, thanks for bringing me up. I guess other side of the argument, I feel like we just beat fascism. So I guess there's two perspectives, maybe more.
I don't think so. I wouldn't agree with that. I mean,
How do you define
all you told me just now is, I don't know what fascism is, and that's cool. I think that the better option would have been to come up here and be like, hey, buddy, what's fascism?
Well, that was my question actually before you interrupted me was, you know, how do you define
interrupted you on my home platform? That's weird.
I just did it again. Anyway,
so
my question.
Hold on a second.
No,
hold on a second.
My question is,
hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. I gotta go get something for you really quickly. Hold on.
How do you define fascism?
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, I got you. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, Fred. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so I got this right here. It's Kleenex with the lotion, so that your nose doesn't get red. It's right here. See, protects, soothes, moisturizes. If you want to shoot me a DM really quickly with your mailing information, I'll send this to you.
No, I've got those very ones and I quite like them. I've been a little sniffly lately, but no, you're right. They're very good. I'm a fan.
Okay. All right, so it has coconut and aloe.
Yeah, no, very soothing.
Yeah, coconut and aloe.
That's why I buy them.
Okay, gotcha. Well, if you need any.
Back to the point. I mean, how do you define fascism?
Palingenetic ultranationalism.
Palin? What's Palin?
Palingenetic ultranationalism. It's one word.
What is, okay, so all words are a derivative of something. What does Palin mean? How does it quantify nationalism?
Terry, thank you so much for the $20. So palingenetic ultranationalism would mean that, you know what I'm saying, an entire demographic of people or entire group of people have coalesced around ultranationalism at the detriment of other groups of marginalized individuals. Does that make it easier for you to understand?
Yeah, no, that pure nonsense. No group has coalesced against any other
Yeah, that
group.
group is called MAGA.
No, they've not coalesced against anybody.
Yeah. So if I ran down the 14 tenets of fascism really quickly, and then you can stop me when you tell me that this doesn't apply to MAGA. How's that sound? Yeah?
Sounds great.
Okay, let's do that then. I think that'll make this conversation go a little bit easier. Fascism relies on extreme nationalism. Trump's America First platform sounds patriotic, but it's used to justify harmful actions like vilifying immigrants and scapegoating groups, LGBTQIA, also immigrants. Black people, like his new rail against DEI. He's going to get reparations for white people who have been affected by DEI. It's fucking nuts. And not the people, who these programs were created for in the first place. But anyways, building walls, banning Muslims, a constant us versus them rhetoric. Nationalism isn't just pride. It's a way to control by instilling fear of outsiders. Make America Great was first used by Germany. It was Make Germany Great, then used by Ronald Reagan. America First was first used by the Triple K. It was also used by Germany in terms of Germany over everything. So, I mean, these are reoccurring themes.
Yeah, that's all hyperbole and pure nonsense.
No, that's not hyperbole at all.
Well, of course it is. When you blame somebody for vilifying others,
he did in fact that. So the very first thing that he did when he came down the Golden elevator is he said, Mexico is sending rapists, they're sending schmurderers and gangbangers and. They're not sending us their best, but they're actually not sending. They're not sending anybody, and the vast majority of undocumented immigrants that come to the United States are just looking for a better life. How did your people get here, if you don't mind me asking?
They immigrated through Ellis Island on a ship.
So before there was immigration laws, got it. So they came over here. They were checked for lice and visible signs of communicable diseases, and then they were just let into the country. Where'd your people come from?
Well, I'm quite a blend of international representation. I'm German, Norwegian, Irish, Native American.
Yeah, you're not Native American.
No, I am. My great grandmother on my mother's side was
Cherokee,
Blackfoot Indian.
Yeah, the likelihood of that being a true story is like less than 0.0000001%.
Yeah, well, it's a true story. You take it or leave it.
Yeah. I mean, maybe inside of your family it's a true story, but it's not like
we're all a blend
like
of
an actual
social
historical
dynamics.
story.
Well, we're all a blend of social dynamics that don't define us. They are just our genetic heritage.
Yeah.
The fact that you feel defined by your genetics,
I don't,
indicates a limited thinking.
That's weird. I don't feel like I'm defined by my genetics. I don't know where I've even made that claim.
Other groups are out to get you because
I don't even know
what
made that claim. What do you say?
Well, you did.
Oh, you're saying race is not genetic, friend.
What's that?
Race isn't genetic, weirdo.
I didn't say that.
Well, you said out to get me for who I am. You said I think that the people are out to get me for who I am.
That's what.
And so I would assume that you were talking about my race,
and
my race is not based on my genetics.
Of course it is.
race is biological?
How do you think your race
Are you
is
telling
defined?
me race is biological?
Well, of course it is.
No, it's not, weirdo.
Well, what is it then?
It's a
Is
phenotypical
it a
trait.
choice? Is it a feeling?
No, it's not.
What is it?
It's not defined biologically.
What is it then?
It's based on phenotypical attributes.
Of course. Yeah, again, totally wrong.
What?
If you're a black guy from Central America, or you're a black guy from Central Africa, or you're a black guy from Central Europe, none of that changes how you define yourself.
Yeah.
It's all irrelevant. That's the point.
That's all. Yeah, that's all based on phenotypical attributes.
Correct.
Yeah, not
So it's
not
totally,
not,
it's
not my
totally
biology.
irrelevant,
Not my
and
biology.
nobody has united on phenotypical attributes to diminish or control anybody else.
So
And
Fred,
nobody's actively doing
Fred,
that.
do you think that race is biological? I feel like you keep trying to run past that.
Well, I definitely think race is biological, and you seem to define it by physical attributes.
Okay, hold on. Let's just see. Race is not considered a biological or genetic category. It is a social construct. Just thought I should point that out to you really quickly. So yeah, it's
Race is a social construct.
correct. Who created
So
race?
so if you're
created
of
race?
Asian, if you're of
Yeah, who
Asian
created race?
descent,
Who
if you're
created
of
race?
Asian descent, that's a social construct.
Yeah,
If you're of Norwegian descent, that's a
that's not a
social construct.
race.
I mean, if you're from Nigerian, that's a social.
Also not a
Nigeria,
race.
that's a social
Also not
construct.
a race. Both of the two things you just named were nationalities.
Well, they're vastly different nationalities that
Nationalities
result in a
nonetheless. They're not
completely
races.
different individual.
Nationalities nonetheless. They're not races.
Nationalities, nonetheless, they're not races. They are nationalities. That's correct. I can't disagree with that. So race is, you're telling me race is what you look like.
Correct.
I just don't know any two people that look the same.
Duh. Do you know what phenotypical
So when
attributes
do
are?
when do you stop dividing?
What do you
So
mean? Did I create? Hold on. Did I
so
create race?
I'm a redhead, so does
Did I
that
create
mean
race?
I'm discriminated
Did
against
I
because I
create
look
race?
different?
Did I create race?
I mean, I
Anna,
don't
thank you so
remember
much for the
claiming-
$15. I appreciate
I don't
you.
remember claiming you did.
Okay, so then why are you talking about I'm dividing? I'm not dividing anything. I'm just
I
literally
didn't
sitting
say
here
you.
on TikTok.
I said
educating.
when do we stop dividing?
I don't know when
When
whiteness is
when
no
when when do
whiteness and
all
white
of the
supremacy are
different
no longer a thing.
phenotypical when do all the phenotypical differences between everybody who doesn't look the same, act the same, or have the same experiences?
It's amazing how you
stop
immediately ran
division?
from the 14 tenets of fascism and started talking about, you know what I'm saying? Like
I
how
didn't run
race
from
is
them. You just sat
classified.
here and spouted hyperbole. You didn't actually
What does
list the
hyperbole
tenets
mean?
of fascism.
What does hyperbole mean?
It means unfounded statements of opinion.
Yeah, nothing. None of what I said was unfounded. In
Well,
fact,
yeah, you.
I gave
course it's
specific
unfounded.
examples. I gave
No, you
specific
didn't. You
examples.
didn't
I
give a
did.
single
Okay.
specific example.
I did. So I said when he came down the escalator, that to start his campaign, he talked about an entire group of people being criminals, which they are in fact are not. He said that.
No,
He said that
that's totally wrong.
that Haitian people. It's totally wrong. So everybody from Mexico is a criminal.
No, he didn't say that.
Yeah, it is what he said.
No,
thank
that's
you for the $10. And then
You should go back and rewatch it.
I don't
and
have to
listen with-
rewatch it. I
listen
literally
with a
can
critical
repeat
ear.
it verbatim. But aside
No,
from that,
you
he said,
don't
"I
know what was
assume
said.
some of them. I assume some of them
You're
are good
taking
people, but they're not
MSNBC's
sending them. They're not
spin.
sending us our best. I don't watch television, so I'm
Of
definitely not
course
taking
they're.
everything
Of
from
course they're not
MSNBC.
sending their best. They're emptying
Yeah, so
their prisons
so the
into our
people that
country.
came, but they're
through
not.
an
That's
open
actually
border.
not true. There's no.
Of course
there's no,
it's true,
yeah,
and
there's
it's
no,
verified.
It's
and it
not
shows up
verified,
in the
actually.
crime results in the countries.
It doesn't
that
actually.
they
Doesn't
fled.
show up in our crime
It
statistics.
shows up in our crime
No,
results,
it
and
sure
it shows
doesn't.
up in their crime
Yeah,
results.
crime has been
Look
lower.
at the
So that's
No,
not
you
true.
haven't seen the updated report.
Yeah, I have
from
seen the
FBI
updated. You
after
think you're the
that piece
first
of
talking head
garbage
to
that
say
they
this?
listed
I
that
just
was
want you to
total
understand that, like, while I'm talking, literally nobody can hear you. Like, I got a stupid expensive mic, and so like they only hear my voice and they just hear you in the background. And so I mean, if that makes you feel good, then you know, cool. But like you
That's
literally
probably
have
why you
no
won't
idea
let me
what you're
finish a
talking
point.
about. You literally have no idea what you're talking about. Undocumented immigrants and immigrants in general are the least likely people to commit a crime in the United States. The most likely person to commit a crime in the United States is
Biggest
cisgender
hearing
heterosexual
of the
white
year
men.
started today, and what was it? What was it about?
Well, I didn't hear you. I wasn't paying
The,
attention.
the biggest hearing of the year started today, and what's it about?
I don't know. I honestly don't care.
It's
Like I
about
said, I
the
don't watch
murder
TV.
of an American citizen that was out for a jog, Lake and Riley, by an undocumented citizen that has mental illness issues.
Yeah. Well, am I supposed to be like? Am I supposed to care about that?
Well, I mean, you should be aware that what you're saying is nonsense, and it's
Yeah. So
illustrated.
I don't care if
everywhere if you wanna look.
one incident doesn't speak
It's not
to.
one incident. It's hundreds.
Yeah, there's hundreds of thousands of women in the United States of America that are literally raped by cisgender heterosexual white men every single year. So I'm not going to be concerning myself with this one off or two off when the real threat is white men. Sorry. I'm going to focus on things that are actually a problem and not, you know what I'm saying, like your fascist ideologies of problems. Like I like to focus on, like, you know, shit that's real. Yeah, you get a block and a mute for that. Anyways, just to be clear, this is not a white man's country, as much as you guys want it to be. It isn't.
Who wants it to be?
Not me.
Who said that they did? The only one I heard say that they did was you.
Somebody in the comments. Yeah.
Anyway, so fascism.
So what Fred just did, guys, is show us how much, you know what I'm saying, the very first point that I made was true, by saying that because of Lake and Riley, we should be more concerned about undocumented immigrants than we are the people who commit the vast majority of these assaults. Got it.
No, I never said that. I never said that at all.
So you actually
totally
did.
mischaracterized my statement.
So what I said is nationalism isn't just pride; it's a way of controlling by instilling fear of outsiders, and that's exactly what you just tried to do.
No,
literally.
That's total nonsense again.
It is, because there's one demographic that is actually committing the vast majority of these incidents, and there's another demographic that is the least likely to commit these incidents. But you want me to focus on the least likely and not the person who's the most likely. That's weird. That's what we call fascism.
Not at all. Why can't you do both? Why does it have to be one or the other?
Because
when
I
did
like
it become an either or dynamic? Why can't you do both?
So
Why can't
if I'm going to employ my
country?
resources to address an issue, I'm going to address the issue that is the biggest issue and not the smallest issue.
Oh, you mean like spending $50 million on nonsense cases that get thrown out in appeals?
Well, I don't know of any cases that have been
You mean
thrown
like
out in appeals that you're talking
weaponizing the
about.
DOJ
Yeah, that
to
never
create
happened.
a false narrative
Yeah, that never
to
happened.
vilify somebody
Yeah, but that never happened.
through falsified
Except
documents
for that never happened.
you paid a foreign agent to
Except
create.
for that never happened.
That's crazy. You
Except
don't
for that never
remember the
happened.
Russian collusion hoax?
Yeah, it was. So if you actually read the, you're not well, Fred. Like I don't like all the weird laughing is making me uncomfortable. I feel like I'm gonna have to let you go.
I bet you're not feeling safe. Let me get your pronouns real quick.
Your mom's a whore. That's my pronoun.
I bet you're not feeling safe. Let me get your pronouns, man. I didn't mean to hit those feelers.
Hey, Fred.
Hey, man. I love
Hey,
you.
listen.
Hey, listen. I just want you
but I
to
don't
know I
fuck with
love
you at all.
you. And if
Hey,
I was
listen,
there,
really quickly,
I would give you a
bud.
big hug.
Yeah, really quickly,
Just to
bud. Yeah, and you would end up in a shallow grave somewhere. Let me explain something to you, buddy. Like I've been chill and calm, and I'm gonna continue to be chill and calm. It's just amazing to me, like how you guys behave. You know what I'm saying? Like in parasocial atmospheres, that like you wouldn't behave this way if you were having these conversations with people in real life. I just think that it's odd behavior, like the way that people see me operate. You know what I'm saying, on TikTok is how I always operate. And so, like, this false bravado, this persona that you create for yourself online, that shit is weird, bro. I'll be honest with you. Like, I feel like you probably need to seek some help. For being honest. Yeah. So, anyways, when you hop off of here today, do yourself a favor and call, excuse me, a mental health professional. All right, buddy. And tell them that you've created a persona of yourself that is hinged on fascism and this idea of a strong man, in the name of Donald Jimothy Trump. Anywho, you have a day. I got you, dog, now.
Good morning, Mr. Jones.
What's up, buddy?
I just want to say how much I appreciate you. I wanted to make this comment because it was some things that he said that I wanted to let people in the comments know. These were the same talking point stuff coming out of his mouth that some of us were talking about way back in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And he repeated the same shit. And it kind of shows me how little some white men have progressed.
Yeah,
with the times.
it's great. I don't know if you noticed that, what I'm saying, he didn't want to engage in like what fascism actually is. Thank you, Kimberly. I appreciate you for the $15. He didn't want to engage in what the actual, what I'm saying, like attributes of fascism are. Like he immediately pivoted to something else. Oh wow, Jen, thank you so much for the $100, Jen. You're amazing. I appreciate you. Big W, Jen.
Because
they never actually want to go through them. He called it hyperbole, which he doesn't understand what that actually means. I wasn't being hyperbolic at all. I provided like clear defined examples.
Mm-hmm. I was sitting here thinking, as long as that we have been discussing fascism, I was asking myself, why hasn't he gone to look the thing up? Because it's 14 tenets, 14 defining characteristics of fascism, and if you read through them, you would clearly see MAGA.
Right.
It's like clear.
It's not even.
They want it.
Yeah, it's not even arguable, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but they're being, they're still coming into spaces like yours that are educating people and things, and they're being soul winners, and that is a mental. That's a mental disorder.
Yeah. Yeah, I compare the United States as, you ever seen that cartoon? It's like the caveman, and he's trying to push the boulder up the hill, and it just keeps like rolling back down over top of him. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
That's the United
Yep.
States.
Was
Like, we're
you
like,
know,
you
and
know
there's another
what?
comment that I was talking to some. Mhm.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was talking to some friends about how I left the United States back in the mid '80s. I was in the military. I spent 25 years away from the country. Came back in 2007, right? I made a comment way back when I got back during Obama's second term about how the oligarchy has fooled everybody, right? They fooled everyone. They've gone and they've stolen the bakery and they've left the working class people out here scrambling over the crumbs, and all they have to do, the oligarchy, who own
Made them
everything, right,
cake.
is point a finger at some group to get people distracted away from how they're being robbed.
Right. Yeah, I
And
mean,
they've
more
been
circus,
successful.
more cake. That's kind of, you know what I'm saying, like how we operate here. If we watched, you know what I'm saying, Trump's presidency the last time, we saw, an entire clown show, and this time we're gonna get the whole circus. I mean, if we just look at
The whole circuit.
his
His cabinet.
appointees, yeah.
It's okay. Well, we'll be all right. They're gonna find out. But I appreciate you having me up, and keep it up, bro. I love you.
All right, thanks.
And
Love you back, bro.
all right, later.
All right, have a good one. Boop, what's up? You're muted. All right. EH, what's going on? All righty. Alrighty. Well, now that we have now that we have a slight break in the action, I want to play a couple of videos that I had saved. Give me a second here. I don't know if anybody has seen this, but there's a Trump supporter. His name is Angel Rodriguez. Angel Rodriguez was a Trump supporter, voted for Donald Trump, and his kids would normally play with his kids, with the kids across the street. And like literally the day after the election, the neighbor said that they didn't want, the neighbor kids told his children to go back to Mexico. And the neighbors don't want his children playing with their children to play with Angel's children any longer. Fucking crazy. Took a whole day. And then he called the police. I'm like, bro, you did this to yourself. Like, what are you even fucking upset about? Like, this is what you asked for. Oh, he also lost his job?
12-year-old girl.
I want y'all to listen to this.
By her father.
This is a Wisconsin district attorney trying to advocate for stricter abortion laws in Wisconsin. I want you guys to listen to this.
12-year-old girl who was sexually assaulted by her father and as a result became pregnant. Under your interpretation of 94004, she would be forced to carry her pregnancy to term, correct?
I would say under the policy choice the legislature made in 94004 that would be correct.
Okay, so in that case, the child would be forced to deliver a baby. Let me ask you another question. How about a woman who is a college freshman here at the University of Wisconsin-Madison? If she is sexually and is charged as a third-degree sexual, which under the statute, under 940-225 sub 3A, that would be intercourse without consent. Okay. If she became pregnant as a result of the sexual, it would be illegal for her to obtain an abortion, correct?
It would be illegal for a doctor to provide an abortion to her in the state of Wisconsin, correct?
And were she to obtain an abortion after quickening, whatever that means, The penalty under 940.04 would be 15 years. It's a Class E felony, correct?
Are you talking about after quickening under 940.04 sub 2 sub A?
Yes.
I believe that's how it's defined, yes.
Okay.
But it would not be, she would not be subject to that penalty.
I understand. Right. If her is charged under 940.225 sub 3 sub A, which is a third-degree sexual, he would be facing a 10-year maximum imprisonment because that would be a Class G felony. Is that correct?
I'm not sure what the particular penalty associated with that crime is.
You can take my word.
Quickening is when they can detect a heartbeat, for those of you who don't know. Sorry.
In that case, the penalty for aborting after a sexual assault would be more severe than the penalty for the sexual assault. And the local elected officials, amici, cite an article from the Journal of the American Medical Association that estimates that 65,000 pregnancies have been caused by rape in the 14 states that outlawed abortion after Dobbs. So this scenario is far from speculative. I want to discuss one more scenario with you, and that concerns the health of the mother. The term pre-prom, do you know what that means? Preterm, premature rupture of membrane. Again, one of the amici, the ACOG amici, brought up the case of Jocelyn Barnica, who went into premature labor at 17 weeks. That is, her water broke. There was a fetal heartbeat, but her fetus was not yet viable. This happened in Texas. She suffered an infection that killed her because medical providers were unwilling or unable to give her the health care that she needed. And all she could do for 40 hours was pray that someone would help her so she could go home to her young child. And she died. That is a scenario that could easily, and perhaps has easily, played out here in Wisconsin under your interpretation of 940.04, couldn't it?
I'm not sure, Justice Karofsky. I'm not a doctor, and I would say that the interpretation of 940.04 that we're positing is the legislature's judgment as to what the law should be. I would like to circle back,
No,
though.
hold on, I'm not done. I can't think of anyone else other than pregnant people who are denied medical care under the law. Can you?
I certainly think that, for example, the FDA regulates particular types of medical treatment that are provided to people. I don't think that the notion of the government restricting a medical procedure is new, but I also think that there's a long-established history in this state of prohibiting abortion.
Mr. Tomey, and I fear that what you are asking this court to do is to sign the death warrants of women and children and pregnant people in this state, because under your interpretation, they could all be denied life-saving medical care while the medical professionals who are charged with taking care of them are forced to sit idly by. This is the world gone mad. I don't understand how that is not the crime here. 12-year-old girl.
XYZ free, what's that?
Yeah, do you enjoy controlling women? Is that your thing?
Me personally?
Yeah, that seems what you like to do. You like to control women and who they can have in their lives and things as such. Yeah, that's your thing. That's your thing. When I was on No Rad's live, she said, "No, Quentin, we can't have him up here. I'll text you. Jones don't want him on my live. I'm sorry. Sorry, Tyler, I had to drop you." Yeah, you control women and you preach about don't let your husband control you. Da 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 da. Yeah, you're that guy, pal. You're that guy.
Okay.
Yeah. That's all. You control women.
Yeah.
You should enjoy that. You feel better? That's good. Did you tell no reds, your live, my choice? No reds, your body, my choice. That's your thing? That's your thing in your household? Is that what you teach your children as well?
My household.
Your house, your environment, I mean, whatever it may be. I mean,
Do you think that there's people that no rats doesn't want me to allow on my platform?
do I think there's people no reds doesn't want you to allow? Just tell the live you like to control what no rats does. Just say it. Just go ahead and do it.
So there's people that no rats doesn't want me to have on my platform, and so I oblige.
Right. So you're easily manipulated and controlled, and that's what your thing as well.
Okay. Sure.
Perfect. I mean, as long as you're aware.
I just want y'all to know that this is narcissistic behavior in action. I just want y'all to know that. I just want you guys to see it play out. Because if no rat says, hey, I'd rather not share space with this person, I don't want them on the platform, I say, okay, no problem. And then if I say, hey, there's a person that I don't want to share space with, and I prefer that you don't have them on the platform, they say, okay. And you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what's called, open communication and making sure that you're both on the same page. I know that that's weird for white men.
Her.
I know
that's
that's
not
weird
controlling
for white
her.
Men. No,
that's not controlling her. Only
so
when it
she tells
matches
me that there's not people. So when
right.
she tells me there's people she doesn't want on my platform, and I listen, you know what I'm saying? And then I say there's people that I don't want on the platform, and she listens. That's called mutual respect. I know that.
Right. It's only mutual respect when it fits your narrative. It's only mutual respect
when it fits your narrative. Don't understand that concept. I get it.
Exactly. You're a racist. I mean, that's all you are. You're a racist.
Black people can't be racist.
You certainly are racist.
I can't. My mom's white.
It doesn't matter. Are you tokenizing your mom? Seriously? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Are you tokenizing your mom? That's crazy as hell, Jones. You're racist as hell. Literally.
Black people can't be racist. That's not how racism
Are you tokenizing
works.
your mother? She probably doesn't even love you. So
probably not.
Yeah, she probably doesn't, and she has a good reason not to.
Probably.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up, Adorna? I guess I'm supposed to be upset by like what bro's saying, but I'm so unmoved. I can't even I can't even find the emotions to even engage.
He's so mad right now.
I wanted to ask him. Exactly. He's steaming that he's not getting the reaction he thought he was going to get.
Well, I mean, I just know Jones likes to control women.
Yeah,
that's all.
I know.
Hey, Adorna.
I'm a woman. Why don't you talk to me?
Yeah, hold on, Adorna. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
We've known each other for quite some time, haven't we? Almost 3 years.
Yes.
We talk offline on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Right. Am I the same person like online as I am offline?
Absolutely.
Controlling.
Have you ever could you ever imagine me like, you know what I'm saying, like trying to control anybody's actions?
Nope.
That's certainly what you do.
Hey Itchy.
Yo.
Itchy. Hey, like all of the group efforts that we've participated in, you know what I'm saying? What do I always say? I don't need to be, you know what I'm saying, in charge or in control of anything. You guys just tell me how I can assist, and I'll do that. Yeah?
That's what I've always heard you say, bro.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I get it. It fits your narrative, Jones. You like to control women, and it's okay.
Yeah, I'm wondering from you, have you ever been in a relationship?
Yeah, actually, my wife and I's anniversary yesterday was our 10-year dating anniversary. So, yes, I have.
Wonderful. So, a quick question. So, you've never done anything that your wife has asked you to do?
Well, yeah, I certainly have. I'm not going to say I haven't.
Okay, great. So, then is she controlling you by you acquiescing to her request?
Yes.
That is certainly a form of control. And Jones preaches, don't let men control women. Men control women.
That's a good try. Controlling someone would be making them do something that they don't want to do against their will. I'm still speaking, right? In relationships, scared for yours, that in relationships where there is a reciprocal respect, right? It is going to be the case that sometimes your significant other asks you to do something, and you have a choice as to whether you want to or not, and you can choose to or not to. That happens in all relationships, including yours. So you're clearly, literally just being a hypocrite.
Hi, Tyler.
Your wife has never
wanted to speak for me.
Oh, there we go. Thank
Yeah,
you.
hello, No Rats. How are you?
I'm fine. Why are you speaking for me? I don't fucking know you.
You don't know me? That's very odd.
No, I don't know you.
When I come up on the live the other day, you said, "Oh, sorry, Tyler, we can't have you. Quentin, I'm going to text you." And it was Daddy Jones said, "We can't have Tyler in our space. Sorry, Quentin." Even though I enjoyed
Want to know
conversation
why?
with him
Because you were
yesterday.
fucking disrespectful. So
No,
you
I
don't get to
wasn't. No,
speak for
Reds.
me and what I do, and Jones doesn't tell me what to do. We have
Yes, he
conversations.
does.
We're
He
in a
clearly
partnership.
does. He
No,
clearly
and you're
tells
going to
you
shut
what
the
to do,
fuck
and it
up.
shows.
Because there's been people that I've said I'm not
It
comfortable
shows. He
with.
tells you what to do.
We have private
That's
conversations.
okay.
And just like a Republican, it's fucking
Easily
weird that you're in our
manipulated.
bedroom. It's
Yeah,
weird that you're in
literally
our bedroom in our
conversation
private
right now.
conversations.
Easily manipulated.
Tyler,
Easily manipulated.
don't speak for me, Tyler. I can
Easily
speak for
manipulated,
myself.
no, Reds.
I don't want, and this is exactly
Jones
why you
controls
are
women.
not allowed up.
Jones controls
Because
women.
this
No,
is how you behave. Do not speak for me, Tyler. I don't need you to speak for me. I can speak for myself. If you don't like it, then change your fucking behavior, Tyler.
we had great.
Then maybe people will let you around, Tyler.
We
We
had
had
Tyler,
many conversations with you for months,
great
and you still
conversations
did
all
what you did. So you're not welcome here. So now you
Tyler-
understand why you're not welcome here. I
Yeah,
shouldn't
is this
have to
what you do
explain
with
it
your
to you.
wife?
You're a fucking grown up.
Yeah, is this what you do with your wife, Tyler? Like, I see how you were just being disrespectful to the person you were claiming that you were speaking up for, and you were just not letting her speak. Like, you kept speaking over her and unmuting. Is that the respect that you give? Sounds pretty controlling. Oh my God.
But Adorna,
No,
he
it's
had to make another account. He had to make another account so that he could be let up because a boundary was established and he crossed it because this is not his original account. So Tyler doesn't understand boundaries either.
No, Rez, would you agree that we had a civil conversation on Lena's live and we were vibing, like we were having an okay time?
No,
And then
I will
Jones-
never vibe
Bullshit,
with you,
shut
Tyler.
the fuck up.
Tyler, I will never vibe with you.
There goes.
I can be
There
civil,
goes.
but now you've crossed that line.
goes.
Now
There
you've
he
crossed that
goes.
line by speaking for me. Don't you dare.
I wanted to say it before he left. It's kind of giving off weird "I miss y'all" vibes. That's what the fuck it felt like
Nah,
to me.
he has-
Outside of looking in, kind of gave "I miss you guys" vibes. That
So
shit was weird.
If we're gonna be honest, the issue is that Tyler has a thing for no rads specifically. That's why he came on my panel.
See?
That's why he goes on Alina's panel. That's why he goes on, you know what I'm saying, no rads panel. But see, like, I clocked that shit a long time ago. And that's what he's upset about. It doesn't have anything to do with me. It doesn't have anything to do with, you know what I'm saying, like, me being controlling of anybody. As a matter of fact, anybody who knows me knows that I'll tell anybody, you know what I'm saying, who I'm involved with in any shape, form, or fashion, even my children. My son will tell you when he asks me things like, Dad, can I do X, Y, and Z? I said, bro, you can do whatever you want. But whatever the consequences are, just understand that, you know, those are your consequences and not our consequences.
Hey,
I
Jones,
just want to get something straight real quick, Itchy. Just real straight. Real quick. If you guys see me on the internet and you see how I deal with men who think that they're going to talk to me any old kind of fucking way and think that I don't behave that way in real life, you're out of your mind. Because if Jones was to ever say or do anything that warranted me telling him about himself, you can ask him. I will be like, I don't like that. Don't talk to me like that. Don't behave that way. Don't do that. And I'm with that with anybody in my life. My dad, my brothers, my kids.
And I don't like it.
I don't let people run over me. Ever. Ever.
I just wanted to say this. I was literally here for maybe 5 minutes before you let me up, Jones. And if I picked up on that in that short amount of time, bro, you are creepy.
Like, hey, bro, if you got a thing for no rads, you know what I'm saying? Shoot your shot. Like, you don't got to come from me. Like, you don't got to make me look bad in order to try to get in. Get in on your own accord. You know, I always found that weird about men. Like, you know what I'm saying? I have family members, cousins, brothers, you know what I'm saying? Like, close friends that, you know what I'm saying? Like, anytime I was around in a group setting, they would immediately start going after me if they thought that a girl was showing interest in me. Like, oh, you don't want him? He's got 12 kids. And I'm like, bro, just, like shoot your own shot. Like, Like, spit your own game. Like, you don't got to use me as the scapegoat. If you want to talk to this person, I'll fucking leave. You don't gotta come for me. I'm not standing in your way.
It's not that. It's just Tyler doesn't understand boundaries at all.
No, Tyler,
because how many times did he change an account?
Hold on. Let's do this. Let's just do this, so that you know what I'm saying. It can't be said that I'm the only person who thinks this. We're gonna do a quick vote, quick poll. Smiley face if Tyler, you know what I'm saying, has a thing for no rads and is upset with me because of it. Sad face if that's not what you think. Let's just see.
It's not, because he goes on Alina's panel when I'm not there. It's just he doesn't understand boundaries. Because he knows she'll show up? Nah.
Yeah.
Tyler's never been...
Hey, hold on, Itchy.
It definitely gave me vibes.
Hey,
it
Itchy.
Definitely gave me vibes.
Itchy. How many times have you seen me psychoanalyze people on lives and be spot on? Like, how often do you watch me clock people? You spot
on this one, bro. You spot on this one. And that's just my opinion. I felt it. So, I mean, I agree.
I don't know what was said. I was just told that Tyler was talking about me and putting words in my mouth. And I don't know if you know this, if you guys didn't block Tyler, but Tyler had my own fucking mouth and I run it all the time. I got it. Thank you.
Well, listen, it's 4:43 to 9 right now. So I'm not the only one who picked up on it. I don't blame him. I'm not mad at him.
I am. He got a whole ass wife. Go mind your business with your wife.
What do we know about men? Hold on, Adorna, what do we know about men?
Oh, that doesn't matter?
Okay. All right.
I don't give a shit. I don't want to be involved in there. That's why I get so irritated with people when they try to get involved in our relationship. Like, people that I don't know, nothing online, always asking questions. Like, mind your business. It's weird. We'll tell you what we want to tell you. And if we don't want to tell you, then don't fucking ask, because we didn't tell you already. For those of you asking, yes, I do have cameras inside and outside my house, as well as firearms. I'm fine.
He
and I know how to use them.
He wants to talk to you again. Do you want to talk to him?
No, I don't want to talk to him. Fuck off.
Yeah, that probably has a lot to do with it. The fact that I'm a black man probably makes it even worse for him. To be honest with you.
So true. Because he was extra hostile to you too.
I mean, you saw how bothered I was by it. I almost opened the value pack of Kleenex. I got this value pack of Kleenex specifically to send you know what I'm saying, to y'all that have issues that need tissues. So whoever needs it, you know what I'm saying, you just go ahead and shoot me a DM. I got you.
I don't know if he's obsessed with no reds. By Adorna. I don't know if he's obsessed with no reds. I don't know if he got a crush, but when somebody tells you we're not simpatico, and then you just do the gaslighting, we were having a good time. We were vibing. That's grapist language. That's grapist, dangerous rhetoric. That's that language when a woman wants to get out of the car and you're like, no, but you're having a good time, and you lock the door. That's that language when the woman wants to go home, and then you say, no, but she was having a good time. That's why it's so many of these weirdos rely on the he said, she said bullshit.
Listen, for all the men who are listening, and I want to be abundantly fucking clear about this, so make sure you're catching a bubble and putting your listening ears on, okay? Just because somebody is civil with you, just because somebody exchanges niceties with you, does not mean they fucking like you. It just means that they're a human being who knows how to act like a fucking adult.
I thought if you smiled at me, we go together.
Well, you can try it if you want to, but I can't promise you won't get punched in the mouth.
So a lot of y'all are probably wondering where I was the past couple days. So I'm just gonna let you know that I had dental surgery the last 2 days, back-to-back dental surgeries, because I wanted my bottom teeth straightened, and so that's what happened. That's where I've been. As you can see, my teeth are completely straight now. So that's where I've been. That's what I've been doing. Hurts like a bitch. But yeah, that's where I've been. That's what I was doing.
All right, I'm out. I got shit to do. I have content to make. Bye.
Make something for me too.
Okay, bye.
You're supposed to do whatever I tell you to do, apparently. So.
Do you want to test that theory?
We're just making content for
Jones?
everybody.
Jones, do you want to test that theory?
Kind of, actually, now that you ask. We're in the middle of a subwave. Let's rock that out. Let's rock that subwave out.
Promise that won't work out for you. Bye.
Anyways, I don't know who's oh, there we go. There's not. Hey, Itchy. Oh, hold on first. Itchy, before I say anything to you, Jeff. If I don't get the fucking goggles ASAP, bro, we're not friends anymore. No, I don't want to hear any of the, I don't care about a discount. I don't care about any of that shit. If I don't get the goggles ASAP, no sir. No sir. If I don't get the goggles ASAP, we're no longer family. And I mean that. I'm so serious when I say that. I'm so I mean, I can't be more sincere about anything ever. If I don't get the goggles within the next, I don't know, 5 to 10 days.
Oh Lord.
If they're not ordered, if they're not on their way, then
that's pressure.
There it is. No, I gotta call me after this. You and
Thank
I
you, Skippy. I appreciate
you.
I'm not asking for a discount.
About hats.
I'm not asking for a discount.
No, I got you. We'll have a combo. We'll get you sorted out.
Those goggles need to be in my household before the end of the month.
And we gave you about a 2-week cushion.
Yep. Yeah. Otherwise, you know what I'm saying, this club doesn't accept anybody.
Oh, he crazy.
I'm talking about that Apple, what do they call? What do they call, Jeff?
The Apple Vision Pro?
Yeah. If I don't have a fucking computer that I can wear on my face, because I love things on my face.
Hey, yo.
Well, okay. Well, okay. well, okay.
Oh, man. Anywho. Mike, what's up?
How you doing, Mr. Jones?
I'm doing.
So, the election's over.
Clearly.
What are we going to do to get over this? All of us just try to get along and make it through.
No, there's no such thing as getting along with fascism, friend. Sorry. There is no getting along with fascism. That's not a thing.
No, I don't mean so much as fascism. Just we've got to move on and get on with our lives.
No, sir. No, sir.
We ain't got no choice.
No, we do have all the choices.
How do we throw him out? How do we throw him out?
I don't know. I don't know that he can. If he has the well, here's the good news, right? Like he took 3 people out of the House of Representatives to appoint them to cabinet positions. So that leaves 3 open seats that special elections for at least 2 of them have to be filled. But he has a Supreme Court and, and the Senate. So I don't know if throwing him out is the answer. But what I will say is that there's no point, no chance, no haps, no how that I will ever hold hands and sing hymnals with fascists.
Well, I don't mean it to that point, I don't guess, but we've got to do something and try to get through this.
Yeah, no. What I think that you're missing, and I think I speak for everybody when I tell you I speak your language.
Thank you, Ariel.
What Jones is telling you is, no, this is your journey. This is going to be your 4 years, your 2 years, however long it is that you hold power, and we're going to stand back and we're going to insulate ourselves from the danger and the harm that we know is coming. This is you. This is all on conservatism. This is your rodeo now.
Now, I'm not a Trump supporter, by the way.
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, hold on. We're still talking to Mike. Mike, who'd you vote for?
Harris.
Good on you.
But, I mean, where I'm at, I don't think it would have mattered who I voted for. It's a red state, Tennessee.
Yeah, I think that you personally are probably going to be safe.
And I kind of get where you're coming from to an extent. I'll never know what it feels like to walk in your shoes. And that's just me being honestly and blunt about it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sad about that, but I don't know. There's got to be a way that, I mean, we've got to make it through it. I mean, I feel like the man could start World War III or something. I mean, you never know.
Thank you, Kara. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, Russia feels emboldened at this point. Netanyahu the same. There's no stopping them from, implementing fascism at this point. I mean, this country is, as far as, in terms of like how black people are concerned, has always, had some level of fascism, but
I think I'm starting to come, with terms how you feel. But I don't know. Like I said, I probably won't never feel the way that you do, even though I would much rather him not have been in office. But I think I'll just sit back.
Ariel, thank you so much.
I'll sit back and listen and try to learn a little bit more. And I just wish you the best, man.
I appreciate that.
But I just want to hop on and say
see how it plays out.
All right, well, you take care. If I can do anything for you, you let me know.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
All right, take care, buddy.
Yeah. Hey, Dan, what's up?
Hey, Mr. Jones. Thanks. I've actually never been on a live before. This is the first. So, been listening to you a lot this morning. I was on back when old Fred was on. A lot of stuff I agree with you, and a lot, there's some stuff I don't. I just wanted to step back and say, man,
what don't you agree with?
Well, I don't, man. I don't want to argue.
There's no reason to argue. Just tell me what you don't agree with.
There's some specifics. I guess
okay, go ahead.
We were talking about the FDA and
what about it?
how he wants to gut the FDA, and
Correct.
I think, well, at least the hope is actually trying to get big pharma out of FDA. Now, whether
Who does
that's
Big Pharma donate the vast majority of their money to in terms of lobbying?
look, I don't have any statistics in front of me.
I do.
That's not why
So I'm going to ask you
I
again.
wanted to talk
So
to
I'm going
you.
to ask you again. Who does Big Pharma donate the vast majority of their money to?
I mean, shoot, heck, I don't know.
Republicans.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. It doesn't.
Yeah. So how is
Look,
how is it
all
voting?
I wanted to say, I felt it was on my heart. I'm sorry.
How is it that we expect?
Are you there?
I am. Are you?
Yeah, sorry. I don't have service where I'm at.
I guess we should probably move on from Dan then.
And I think I got you.
Dan, when you have better service, come back. Just Lovely, what's up? Just Lovely, what's up? Alrighty then.
Jones, do they not know which president brought more Fortune 500 CEOs into their administration? Do they not know the answers to that?
Must not. Must not. User, what up?
Is that me? Can you hear me?
Yep, I sure can. Thank you, Mooney, for the $15. I appreciate you.
I wanted to ask you if you heard this information that I got from Heather.
Who's Heather?
Heather Cox Richardson today put up a letter where she talks about, let me just.
We can't hear you if you're not on the live.
Okay, she talks about how Biden administration has increased entrepreneurs more than any other president in history. And if you should really go look at her whole letter because she has a lot of really good information. And in the African American community, it was like 50% more than before the disease. And in Hispanic community, it was like 46% more. And I thought that was something that you could share with these people who think that he was so terrible. She's on TikTok. You can read the letter there. She's also on a bunch of different things. She is often on Jon Stewart's podcast, and she used to be on his show all the time. She's a historian, and she's quite great. Her name is Heather Cox Richardson. Okay? That's all I have to say.
Thanks.
Am I up or no? Can you hear me?
Yep, you're here. What up?
Okay. So, I scroll through this and, even though you and I obviously will have, I think have different viewpoints as far as our political beliefs, I used to be a liberal and
I'm not a liberal.
Well, no, I didn't say you were. I'm saying myself. I'm not speaking for you. I'm speaking for me. I didn't say you used to be a liberal. I said I used to be a liberal.
Yeah.
I used to be a liberal and I changed my viewpoint because I'm sorry?
To protect white supremacy.
No, it was. Are you going to speak? You want to just? I'll remain silent and allow you to speak for me because I didn't. Really understand that. Did I say that or no?
You didn't have to.
Oh, so you just assumed that what I was going to say?
No, I wasn't assuming anything.
Are we going to have a two-way conversation? You're going to allow me to speak, or are you just going to assume what I'm saying 6 clicks down the road?
I got you. Hold on a second. Hey guys, listen. Hey James, if you need them, right? These are Kleenex with the lotion. As you can see, hold on, let me mirror it.
I don't think I do. I think that mainly you might need to book on etiquette because I'm trying to explain something.
I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that.
You assume.
I don't believe in that. I don't believe in
You
etiquette.
don't believe in etiquette?
At all.
Okay, so that's
look,
fascism.
It protects,
so you're actually,
it protects,
what you support
soothes,
behind you is actually
moisturize.
fascism.
And
That's
if you can
fascism.
see here, it has coconut oil, right? And aloe. You know what I'm saying? Which is really good. So when your nose,
Oh no, you go ahead.
gets
I'm
red,
going to debate yourself in your echo chamber, and we'll just listen.
These aren't
to you.
debates,
That's
sir.
fascism.
These aren't debates.
No, but at least
Hold on, sir.
etiquette.
These aren't
is being
debates.
able to, no, if you're not
these
going
aren't
to give me
debates.
etiquette to talk over me, then I'm just going to be the
These
same
aren't
to you.
debates.
So
These
you're
aren't
saying
debates.
you're fascist, but you're
These
already.
aren't debates.
I have a question.
No, hold on, Jeff. Hold on, Jeff. You don't need to meet him. Hey, James, listen. I understand that you're unwell, bro. I get it. You know what I'm saying? And I have
what's going to get Vance elected. Good. Keep going with it. Thanks for the support. 86 million more people. 86 million more people. You lost 3 branches of government.
For you. I do.
Yeah. Oh, no, you're helping me because you make people who have a different who support Trump. You bring out the real fascist, which is I don't like what you're going to say, so I'm going to first cut you off. I'm going to speak for you, and then I'm going to insult you, talking about Kleenexes, and I'm not going to allow you to have what to say.
You feel insulted?
If you want to hear an opinion or you just want to talk to yourself,
you feel
so
insulted?
basically,
insulted?
I've seen your live post and pre-election. You are a one-trick pony. It's the same message, and that's why why Trump got elected is that people like you think 86 million more people than
It wasn't
Harris?
86.
It was 86 million. Look at what was the final results? Tell me what the final tally was.
76 to 74. So 49.
A million?
49.
He actually
look at it this morning.
lost 3 million votes, sir.
It's
He actually
86
lost 3
million more.
votes.
The final reported
sir. No, it's
25
not,
minutes
sir.
ago
It's not.
was 86 million more.
It's not.
Okay, then let me give you 70. I'm sorry. Let's say, how about we just cut the difference? I'll give you the benefit out. 74 million, was that it? More? The popular vote? Does that make you happy now? Okay, 74 million more people voted. And the problem is that while you're sitting around here talking about fascism, the same one-trick pony, your message is not changing or reaching.
Yeah, but so this is what's called consistency. My message hasn't changed because the information stays the same. Like nothing's changed because nothing's changed. What we're talking about right now is consistency. My message is consistent. My message is consistent because there's nothing different about anything that I have to say. The truth is the truth. The facts are the facts. It really doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like what your fifis tell you or what you know what I'm saying, what's going on in your tum-tum. What matters is that, you know what I'm saying, like I am educated on these things, that I have studied these things ad nauseum, right? And so I know what it is that I'm talking about. That's all. That's it. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody's like, you're never going to learn anything because you as a mediocre white man think that because you were born white and born with a penis, that somehow you are more educated or more equipped to have conversations about things that, you know what I'm saying, are politically, relevant. Yeah, nobody's listening to you. Nobody can hear you. Nobody can hear anything that you're saying. You're literally yelling at yourself. This is what we call a crash out. This right here is what we call a crash out. He just
Jones, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
When we were storming the beaches of Normandy, and For all the pew pews that we were holding there, do you think the soldiers had their pinkies out and they said please before they pew pewed people in the face?
No.
When we dropped them big joints over Hiroshima and Nagasaki, did we call them up first and say, hey, we need your consent? And because etiquette, right?
Yeah.
We need your consent to do this. May we please drop giant explosive devices on 2 of your cities?
74 million showed more etiquette. Thank you.
The etiquette that you want is the etiquette to be shown to fascists, and then you laugh about it, which just shows. Yeah, just shows
y'all are
that.
so unhinged. It doesn't make any sense. Like, all you've done, if you want to talk about one trick pony, the only thing that y'all have is hate and rage. That's it. That's all. Hate and rage. Like, I've been calm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't been disrespectful. I didn't call you any names. The only thing that I did was, make clear what is and what isn't. But, whatever. You spend all the time you want being angry. You lost, I didn't. Uptown, what up? Kristen, thank you so much for the $70. You're amazing. Big W, Kristen, in the chat.
What's up, big bro? How you doing, man?
I'm chilling, homie. What's up?
All is well, man. I look up to you, man. I love listening to you talk, man. Sometimes you get in your feelings, man, but
get in my feelings.
You get in your feelings, but I appreciate.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I don't know why you get in your feelings.
No, what do you mean when you say I get in my feelings? What are you saying when you say sometimes you get? Hold on 1 second, bro. When you say sometimes you get in your feelings, what is it that you consider getting in my feelings?
For instance, the guy that you was just talking to, you didn't like the way he was talking, so you cut him off, and
that had nothing to do with why I cut him off.
You spoke to a word and stuff like that, but it's all good, man. Like I say, man, I appreciate
why I cut him off. That's nothing to do with why I cut him off. There was no feelings involved in that.
So what we gonna do, man? We gonna do what we gotta do with this president that we got. We gonna have some faith and some hope.
No.
Nah, we just gonna give up.
Who's gonna give up?
No, I'm just asking. Are you gonna give up?
As a black man personally, you know what I'm saying? Whether it be on this platform or in real life, I as a black man am gonna make sure that I isolate and, if necessary, eliminate every single other black man, you know what I'm saying, in our community that supports, you know what I'm saying, this individual. By any means necessary, and I mean that, by any means necessary. You can write that down on a chalkboard if you need to.
Yes, sir. But, like I say, man, I really take a lot of the stuff that you talk about, taking care of the family, doing right for our neighbors. Man, I love that, man. That's what we got to focus on to make us better. If we could take care of our household and then move to the next door and spread that love and that gospel.
You know how we could have done that? You know how we could have more easily done that?
How?
With access to, down payment assistance on homes, with access to $50,000 in grants to open small businesses, with an extended child tax credit, you know what I'm saying, with decriminalization federally of, gardening. Like, there was a lot of avenues in which we would have been able to, you know what I'm saying, do exactly what it is that you're talking about. But those things have been lost because under one of these administrations, we would have actually been able to learn about fair and accurate depiction of history. And on the other one is an erasure of history in its entirety. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I fought against fascism, and then I had a lot of other, you know what I'm saying, black men who was like, yeah, I'll take fascism if that means that I can control women and children.
Absolutely. Yeah, we can't control them, man. We can't control them. We just trying to raise noble people, man. That's all. Noble babies. That's all. That's all I'm here for, man. So I appreciate your word, man. I appreciate you accepting me to talk, man.
Itchy, did you have something you want to say, bro?
For some reason, it feel real banana in the tailpipe-ish. I don't. So that's why I didn't come off mute, cause if that's how it was gonna end, I was just gonna let it be.
Jeff, anything?
Who'd you vote for, man?
Who's that question to?
To you. I know who Itchy and Jones voted for. They're my brothers.
Oh.
Who did you vote for?
It doesn't matter.
Oh, so you playing in my face.
Banana in the tailpipe.
That's what. Look, man.
Banana in the tailpipe.
I see the dude coming out the hotel. Itchy.
Okay,
I say coming out the. Hold on, man. Hold on. Time out.
You gonna beat me down?
No, I'm not gonna beat you down.
Please don't beat me down, man. Please don't beat me down.
Nobody beating you down, coward. I'm talking to Itchy now. Like Itchy, you saw the dude.
See what I'm saying?
That's a good quote. Hold on. That's a good question. That's a good question, Jeff. Yeah. Jeff, I think you should answer that question. I think that's a valid question. That's a valid question. How is he going to be a coward, bro? That's a valid question. That's a valid question.
I got 2 kids. I got a wife.
I got more kids. I got way more kids than that.
It's on every layer. It's on every layer, dude. Like, number one, you came up here and you talking about, please don't beat me down. Like, that's your whole message from when you got up here. I just want to be cool. I just want to do the same things you want to do, but you know what you did. You voted against your people. You just voted for white supremacy. That's the cowardly thing. Now, what I'm saying to Itchy is I saw the dude coming out the hotel with a plate full of sandwiches, and I'm looking back, and I see Axel Foley putting them bananas in the tailpipe. I see it. I peeped it too.
All I want to say is that from the moment he started talking about family this and family that, depending on how Jones handled it, you see I stayed on mute. I was, you know me. Let's get to the chase of this shit. Let's just go ahead and say you hate trans people and gay people so that we can move on to the bigoted black man portion of this.
I love all people.
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you, though.
I love all people, man. I don't care what color.
No, you don't. No, you don't, bro. What my problem is, and this is my problem. And now that I'm gonna say it, you're gonna disassociate yourself with it. But if we would have let him talk and continue to let him just do his thing, it would have eventually ended up to one or two things: gay people or trans people. You're successful enough that your kids don't suffer. You're successful enough that you probably live in a nice place. You're successful enough under the progressive and liberal policies that this country has, that we have pushed this country to. Let me reword that we have pushed this country to, but all of a sudden in the last 2 years, in the last 6 months, a battery has been put in the back of our men for some reason, somehow. Men that never thought that it was important enough for our schools, for our children, for our women, for our community to get their ass off the couch and vote and participate in politics, to participate in the signing of census. That way our schools are better funded. Yes, but somehow, some way, y'all found a way to let a con artist trick y'all into believing that your cousin Bimp is a detriment to this community. Boy, if you don't go fuck yourself in the worst way. Like, I can't stand you niggas. And no, we're not reuniting. And the moment that we see that you have that scarlet letter on you is fuck you.
Wow.
I don't know why. I don't know if I say you wow. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Itchy, you know what this reminds me of?
Heat.
What's that, bro?
So, you know how, like, when like, my parents are out of town this weekend. I'm just speaking from experience. My parents out of town this weekend. Let's throw a house party, and then like a bunch of your friends and you know what I'm saying, homeboys and shit, and family members, cousins and shit come over. Y'all have this house party, and then everybody leave, and you realize a bunch of shit in the house got fucked up and some shit got stolen. And then they want to be boys afterwards. They want to be cool, like, bro, you know.
I see you.
Your parents, yeah.
Yeah, that's about it.
Your parents got money. They can replace that shit. Like, you'll be all right. Like, it's not that big a deal, bro. Shit happens. And you're just like, bro, what?
I'm just trying to figure out how
like,
am I against my people. My people is anybody that stands with good.
Yeah, you didn't stand with good. You stood with fascism.
I still will represent me.
Okay, hold on. So you represent fascism?
No, that's the word that
Ask
you
him
said.
how it represented him, though. Ask him how it represented him.
Do you know what fascism is?
No.
Oh, well, there you go.
And guess what? I don't want to know. I don't want to know because
clearly, that says a lot. That says a lot. Hey, let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
It doesn't. No red flags are raised when you vote for the same people as the Triple K voted for. That doesn't raise any red flags for you.
No, because I didn't think about them. You follow what I'm saying? I thought about my children. I thought about my little girls.
You didn't think about your children. You thought about your little girls. You voted for a rapist.
I voted for a rapist now?
Yes.
Wow.
Adjudicated at that, an adjudicated rapist. Yeah, he's been found liable.
Wow.
That's an adjudication, my guy.
It's crazy how it's crazy. And listen, hey, Itchy. I don't even have to say this. I'm not even going to say what I was just about to say. Black men, and y'all, other black men on this panel, Itchy, Jeff, you know what I'm saying, whoever else, correct me if I'm wrong. Black men are, in fact, the weakest link in the black community. By far.
Facts.
By far.
I'm not. Because I'm standing on my own. I don't have to stand with you just to agree with you. I'm trying to make it to heaven, not make it happy for you.
Make it to heaven?
This motherfucker said I'm trying
to make it to heaven, man.
Hey, Jeff, I'm gonna let you. Hold on. I'm just gonna say that. I'm just gonna hold on. I just want to point out something really quickly. Hey, hey, Uptown. Tell me really quickly what Matthew 25 verses 31 through 46 say. Off the top of your head. Don't look it up.
I don't know off the top of my head.
Oh, so you don't know jack shit about getting into heaven. All right, Jeff, it's on you. You got it. Jeff, you got it. Jeff, you got it.
I'm gonna give you
Jeff, you got it. Jeff, you got it.
I'm willing to learn. Do you want to teach me or do you just want to beat me
can't
down?
do this motherfucker. Swing.
Teach me, Jones. I don't get, brother Jones. I don't get on here. I don't get on here to be nasty or be rude or evil.
I haven't been nasty or rude at all.
Teach me, Jones. This is called fellowshipping. You're fellowshipping with your brother. Teach me something that I don't know. I'm willing to listen.
Uptown.
Swing low, sweet chariot. Coming forth to carry me home.
Teach me, Jones.
Who's I have a question and then I have a warning. Who's heaven? Which heaven do you want to get into?
Which heaven I want to get? I want to get into the heaven where God is at. Well,
Yahweh?
Go.
All right, so here's the warning. Here's the warning. You only get it once.
Okay.
Take it back.
Okay. You only get it once. Take it back. Woo,
take it back.
That's deep. Okay.
No, I'm just saying, take it back. What you just said, take it back. I'm only gonna say it one time, and then we gonna boogie.
Okay, let's take it back. Like
No,
I
I'm
said,
saying,
I'm willing
take
to learn.
back what you. I'm saying, take back what you said. We're saying you voted for white supremacy. You're saying you voted to get into heaven. I'm saying you did not vote to get into heaven. So I want you to take back what you said about voting to get into heaven. That was a lie.
Hey Jeff, ask me how. Before he answer that, Jeff.
I didn't say that.
Hey, Uptown, hold on, Uptown.
Go for it,
Not
Itchy.
adding nothing to this conversation. Hey, ask me how pro-black I am, Jeff.
How pro-black are you, Itchy?
I'm so pro-black. I am so pro-black that if white people get to go to heaven, I don't want to go.
Hey, yo, hold on. Hey, yo, Jeff, ask me that same question, Jeff.
Yo, Jones, how pro-black are you?
I'm so pro-black that I literally will advocate for all black people, regardless of their religion, their sexuality, their gender identity, you know what I'm saying, their physical capabilities, you know what I'm saying? Like, I advocate for all black people, regardless.
I'm so pro-black that I'm willing to give 50,000 gold pieces to the person who brings me the head of the white man's God on a silver platter.
I'm so pro-black. I am so pro-black, right, that I literally will put my personal well-being on the line for the sake of the black community above all else. I'm so pro-black that I'll create and build entire communities, you know what I'm saying, just so that black people can be protected. I am so pro-black that black women, in my opinion, are the only people to lead a society.
I need to know, Uptown, what about Trump's campaign, his personality, his essence, anything about him do you think stands with God? The one that I'm hunting.
Meanwhile, thank you.
Uptown?
Oh, that was for me, Jeff?
Yeah, what about
Jeff,
Trump stands with God?
I think at this point...
Nothing?
I think I need to be quiet and listen.
No, I'm asking you, I want to know what about Trump, because you voted for him
Okay.
and you want to stand with God. I want to learn what about him stands with God.
Family first. You know, family first.
Family first?
Yeah.
I know what you're about to say, Jones. You got it.
No,
you got it.
Nah.
So does family first mean cheating on your first wife with your second wife?
I don't know nothing about that one. You see,
Does family first
I don't know
cheating
nothing
on
about
your
it.
second wife with your third wife?
I don't know nothing about that, Jeff.
Does family first mean cheating on your third wife with a porn star?
And a side chick.
Hey, Jeff, how old are you, Uptown? Uptown, how old are you?
33.
You're 33 years old.
Yes,
and
sir.
You're telling a room full of 2,300 people that you made an uneducated vote.
Nah, I didn't make an uneducated vote. I can tell you why I voted for him.
Wow.
Tell us why you voted for him.
Your prophecy's about to come true, Itchy.
What I'm about to say, Jones already kind of beat a couple people down about this, but
yeah, go ahead and tell us what you voted for him for.
I remember in 2018, gas was cheaper.
Thanks, Obama.
I remember.
And no, it wasn't. It wasn't,
really
sir.
wasn't.
Gas was in 2018. In 2018,
Yes, sir.
gas was higher than in 2016.
I think gas probably was cheaper in 2016 than 2018.
Under Obama.
I remember gas being cheaper. I'm just talking from personal experience. I was working at a job. I received.
He's from Baltimore,
a lot of money
or DC. He's
on
from
my
Baltimore or DC. I already know.
I'm from DC, but check this
Yep.
out, Jones. I was born and raised in DC, and then I moved to Montgomery County.
Yep.
So so you gotta think about it, Jones, from my perspective. I grew up with around nothing but black people. And when I moved
And
to
sold them all out.
Hold on one second. Let me say this. When I moved, how did I sell them out? They was hurting me. They was taking everything that I had. They were taking everything. I had nothing left. So I had to go fight for all I got left. And that was my insanity. So I moved to Montgomery County, and I moved around diverse people, not just black people, whites, Asians, Spanish. And I found out that heaven don't just be black people. It's all types of colors and shapes and sizes in heaven. So they gave me a different perspective on just black.
Okay.
That's all we hear. Black. Man, come on, man. I'm about people. I'm about good. I'm not about evil.
Hey, hold on, Itchy. Has there ever been a person that reached out to me, black, white, Asian, or indifferent, Jeff?
Not one.
Who had an issue,
Not one.
and I was like, nah, I can't help you.
Not one. Who does that? Oh, conservatives do that. That's who does that.
Hold on. Has there ever been conservatives that reached out to me and said they need help? And I said, nah, I can't help you.
To be fair, that might start now, though.
That might happen now. That's definitely here now. Yeah, it's definitely here.
But I'm just confused. Actually, Adorna's here. I saw your question. I was going to ask you, but I want you to ask it because that's your question. I don't think it.
I'm so sorry. Oh, yes. I wanted to ask, why did you say, when they asked why did you vote for him, you said family first. Why did you say that if you didn't know anything about his family?
Uptown?
Well, I'm talking about what he stands for. And, you know, when he speaks on the podium, he talks about putting family first. and being married. You know.
Yeah, let's talk
not
about family
having,
first. Hold on. Let's
not having
check
children
that.
out of wedlock and things
Adorna,
like that. So,
I apologize because I don't want to steal your thunder. Because if it was up to me, you know what I'm saying, like you would be in charge of everything in this world, including me. I'd bow down. I'd be like, yep, whatever Adorna says, I'll do it.
Hey Jones, I hate to put this picture up on my thing, but Jeff, yeah, I am he, and he is I.
That's
Hey,
what I'm
Yes, that's so true.
put Jones, put that in the big screen, because I just need a second, because I need y'all to understand. I don't miss.
Negro Dobbs is crazy.
I agree. But let me ask you, was it Jason? Because I wasn't looking at the screen. Was it Jason you were speaking to?
Nah, Uptown.
Uptown. Okay, great.
All right, hold on. Can I play this video really quickly, Adorna, and then you got it.
Yeah, no problem.
All right.
hey, and I love all y'all guys, man. Just want to let y'all know that, man.
Well,
Love everyone.
we don't share the same sentiments, unfortunately.
That's fine. That's okay.
I mean, it's not actually. I don't think it's fine
might
at
not be
all.
okay with you. It's okay with me. You don't have to like me.
Okay.
You don't have to love me just because I love you. See,
you don't love me, though. But let's
And
listen.
the final question, Resma, is to you. Thank you. President Trump, you talked about how the increase in the price of food, gas, and rent is hurting families. But the real cost that's breaking families' backs and preventing women from participating in the workforce is childcare. Childcare is now more expensive than rent for working families and is costing the economy more than $122 billion a year, making it one of the most urgent economic issues that is facing our country. In fact, the cost of childcare is outpacing the cost of inflation, with the majority of American families of young children spending more than 20% of their income on childcare. One thing that Democrats and Republicans have in common is that both parties talk a lot about what they're going to do to address the childcare crisis, but neither party has delivered meaningful change. If you win in November, can you commit to prioritizing legislation to make childcare affordable? And if what specific piece of legislation will you advance?
Well, I would do that, and we're sitting down. I was we had Senator Marco Rubio, and my daughter Ivanka was so impactful on that issue. It's a very important issue, but I think when you talk about the kind of numbers that I'm talking about, that because look, childcare is childcare. There's something you have to have it in this country. You have to have it. But when you talk about those numbers compared to the kind of numbers that I'm talking about by taxing foreign nations at levels that they're not used to, but they'll get used to it very quickly. And it's not going to stop them from doing business with us, but they'll have a very substantial tax when they send product into our country. Those numbers are so much bigger than any numbers that we're talking about, including childcare, that it's going to take care. We're going to have, I look forward to having no deficits within a fairly short period of time, coupled with the reductions that I told you about on waste and fraud and all of the other things that are going on in our country, because I have to stay with childcare. I want to stay with childcare, but those numbers are small relative to the kind of economic numbers that I'm talking about, including growth, but growth also headed up by what the plan is that I just told you about. We're going to be getting trillions of dollars, and as much as childcare is talked about as being expensive, it's relatively speaking not very expensive compared to the kind of numbers we'll be taking in. We're going to make this into an incredible country that can afford to take care of its people, and then we'll worry about the rest of the world. Let's help other people, but we're going to take care of our country first. This is about America first. It's about make America great again. We have to do it because right now we're a failing nation. So we'll take care of it. Thank you. Very good question.
Explain how that addresses childcare.
Or families.
Cacostocracy.
Yeah.
Joy Reid brought the best word to describe what America is right now. Cacostocracy.
Uptown, I'm gonna say this, and I'm not gonna go at you and say that. I'm not gonna call you a sellout. I'm not gonna say all those things.
I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that,
But
man.
what I will say is this: not only did you get conned, but racism did as well. Trump conned black people, and he also conned racism all in the same wop. Because the reality of it is this, and I really believe that people don't pay enough attention to how the things that he's doing. He has the House, he has the Senate, he has a majority in the Supreme Court, and now you have a man who's talking about getting rid of army generals who isn't supportive to him. Trump's plan is to create chaos. Trump's presidency was never to benefit black people nor benefit whites either. It was all about him and maintaining their place in the world as billionaires and being able to be in control. That's it. Like, I hear people from the oil field who talk about, oh, they voted for Donald Trump because I work in the oil field. They voted for Donald Trump, but didn't take the time out to actually realize that
he killed oil.
Not only that, you didn't take out the time to even pay attention to that the first one who came out with electric cars actually donated $100 million to his campaign. Nobody paid attention to none of that. Basically, like, in a nutshell, like I said, I'm not going to call you a sellout. I'm not going to say those things. But what happened here, Trump conned black people, and he also conned racism. That's what happened. He's finna create chaos. That's all. Like, I hear people say that he's going to create hardship for a few years and then it'll get better. But if that's the case, everything that everyone has been complaining about already is hardship. So basically, if you're creating more hardship, what you're finna do is you're finna create chaos. And my thing to a lot of people is this: I see a lot of people on TikTok and they are talking about they're having these debates and all these things or whatever. But there is meetings, there is talks on the House floor every single day about what this man is talking about implementing. So yeah, I'm not going to call you a sellout. I'm not going to say any of those things, but I will say this: you was conned, along with a lot of more Americans.
I just wanted to ask him again about the whole family first thing. Because, I mean, there's literally nothing about Trump that would indicate family first. I mean, unless you consider him saying that he would say he has sex in common with his daughter. I mean, I don't know if you're considering that family first, or what is it that he did that seemed family first to you? So there's the cheating on the wives, there's the sexual comments regarding his daughters. So what else is there? Uptown, that's for you.
I didn't even understand your question.
Yeah, what is it that seemed family first to you? He said that he had sex in common with his daughter, right? He's cheated on all of his wives. What is it that seemed family first?
So, before we add into all this cheating on the wives and stuff like that, the man is married.
No, sir. No, sir.
Forget the other.
No, sir. No, sir. Uptown, no, sir. No, sir.
Wait, hold on.
You're going to answer her question.
That's something he actually said. No. He actually said, he was asked, what does he have in common with his daughter? And she said golf when asked, what does she have in common with him? And his response was, I was going to say something. That was his response. That's not my narrative. That's what he literally said. It's on video. There's an actual, it's on video. So how is that my narrative?
When you ask this question, I can't do nothing but say you're right. You follow what I'm saying? Because
so you should have said that. You should have said that.
You in the question.
The man is married. The man has children. This is the man talk about. He's talking about reuniting families,
Uptown.
bringing families together.
Uptown, let me ask you this.
What did he say about it that was indicating that? I want actual, not general.
Yeah,
What
hey,
did he
Jason,
say
chill
that
out for a
does that?
second. Let Adorno carry this.
Okay.
Because I want to know I want to know what he actually said that indicates that. I don't want the general statement as, whatever it is that you're making up. What statements did he make that indicate that?
I have to go through YouTube. I have to go through a couple of his interviews, a couple of his podium talks and things like that to find it.
Quick question for you. You said you have children. Wait, yeah, you said you have children. You have a house. I'm assuming your children are black, right? Because you're black.
Yes, ma'am.
But I'm just assuming they are, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Do you think that him right now stating that he wants to pay white children reparations, it's fair to your children when your children are currently more likely to face racial discrimination in school? Is that fair, you think, to your children?
No, that's not fair to say because I don't know nothing about racism.
What?
Yeah, I have to talk of it from my perspective. Y'all don't believe me, but I have to talk. Can I listen to me? Listen to me. Don't get mad at the simple fact of what I'm saying. Just listen to me. Listen to me.
I grew up in the DMV, and I know bro's cat. Super cat.
Why are you saying?
But what did I say, Jones? What did I say? I said that the problems that I was having was with black people in DC. So I
don't know why you're talking about sounding mad, but I didn't say anything that sounded mad at all. You're just misogynoir, my guy. I didn't say anything that sounded mad, right? I'm disagreeing with you. Women are allowed to do that, at least for the time being, right? And so all that's being stated is that factually, he's the one that stated. He's also stated that he thinks that racial sensitivity training is racist, but yet he wants to give white children reparations for racial discrimination. Yeah, and then you're like, that's my guy.
Hey, can I pause y'all for a second? Can I pause y'all for a second? Hey, Jason, are you black? I can't see your PFP for real.
I mean, yeah.
You are. Adorno, are you black?
Show is.
Okay. Hey, Jeff, are you black?
100%.
Hey, Itchy, are you black?
For 47 years.
Okay, gotcha. So, Adorno, have you ever in your life, you know what I'm saying, been rejected by the black community simply because you were black?
Nope, not at all.
Okay. Jason, have you ever been rejected by the black community simply because you were black?
Nope.
Okay. Jeff, have you ever been rejected by the black community simply because you were black?
Never once.
Okay. Itchy, have you ever been rejected by the black community simply because you were black?
Why are you stealing my shit right now?
Yeah, 20
Never,
minutes.
not once.
Never, not once? Okay, gotcha. All right. I have never been rejected by the black community because I was black. That's insane.
But see, and I'm glad you threw that alley-oop. This is exactly what I've been saying. This is one of those get back votes. Because he never felt comfortable, or he was never made to feel, a part of, or because he felt strained in the black community. This was his get back vote.
Mr.
Yeah,
John,
this shit is weird, bro.
let me say this. Uptown. So when Barack came out and said that he was he lived by Christian values, right? And Trump supporters tried to tank him as a Muslim. They tried to say he didn't live by Christian values, he wasn't a Christian. Technically, the reason they were saying that because he was a little bit too dark in their eyes. But here's the thing. Trump says that he is a Christian, and like they said, he has children by multiple different women. That he cheated on, and also he's cheated people out of money on numerous occasions. Ask yourself this. Why do you think America put Donald Trump at the height of Christianity more than they did Barack Obama?
Somebody who actually lived by Christian values, like feeding the starving, housing the unhoused, providing medical care He's the one who created the Second Chance Act.
He lived by Christian values, but yet they still decided to put Donald Trump at the height of
One
Christianity
wife,
over Barack Obama.
children with only one person, no scandals.
And you want to know what he got for it? You want to know exactly what they gave him for it? And I grew up in Mississippi, so I know what I'm talking about. They gave him the talk of trying to say that his wife is a man.
Obama's wife?
You've never heard that?
No, I never heard that. I promise you guys, I never heard that.
Everybody on this panel, how many times?
Man, y'all Jason. Jason. Jones, you finna let this man play in our face like that?
Huh?
Y'all really don't believe I don't listen to a lot of negative stuff, man.
I don't believe shit your buck dancing ass said since you.
Hey, hold on. Do y'all want to know something I just learned today?
Oh my God.
Not today. Yesterday. I apologize. Do y'all ever seen the Instagram videos where the white people be doing like the stepping, like, you know what I'm saying? They be doing all like the tap dancing and all of that shit.
Right.
From the mountains and shit, from like West Virginia and Tennessee and the mountains of Virginia and Pennsylvania and shit like that. Do you know what they're doing? That from the Appalachia. Do you know that that's called buck dancing? And did you know that that was created by black people?
Yes.
Black people created everything. We all know that. There's nothing in America that black people didn't create. We created everything.
Hey, let me ask you a question.
Y'all me down now, though. Y'all don't want to beat me down now.
Let me ask you a question.
Y'all like to hear now. Y'all want to beat me down now.
No, you still trash. You still trash. You still trash.
Hold on. You know what black people didn't create?
Racism.
We didn't create God that justified our enslavement. We didn't create a system of hierarchy called racism to put white people on the top. We didn't create a patent system where a rich person can take a poor person's idea, aka a white person can take a black person's idea and say, this was me. We didn't create none of that stuff. Capitalism, nope, we didn't create that.
Hey, do you believe representation is important? Uptown, do you believe that representation is important?
Absolutely. Positive representation is important.
Positive representation, cool.
Yes,
Representation is important to you. Can you tell me how many black people was in Trump's last administration?
No, but
in his last cabinet.
But this the
no,
point.
No. Hey, sir, I don't. It's actually my time. It's actually my time. It's actually my time, sir. It's actually my time.
You want me to answer the question?
All I needed was a yes or no. I don't need an explanation.
All right, then I'm not.
Yes, I wanted you to answer the question.
I'm not answering it then, because you're not. Check this out.
Then no. Hey, sir, can I please have my time back? Please. Thank you. So again, if representation is an important thing to all of us, Donald Trump had one black person in his cabinet in 2016. Possibly the smartest man in the room at any given time. The smartest man in the room at any given time, Donald Trump gave this genius, dare I say, the only job in Washington, D.C. that had the word urban in it. Now, second question that I want to ask is, Uptown, can you name any black person in Donald Trump's administration or in his cabinet right now?
No, sir.
So if he had one person that he degraded, that he downgraded, that I feel like, I think that it was an insult for Ben Carson to take the job, but hey, that's that man's, he has to wear that cross. He has to bear that cross. He had one black person in his administration in 2016. He did nothing for black people. And in 2024, he has no black people in his cabinet. Hey, where's your representation?
That's another question.
man. It's obvious you were paying
Yeah,
attention.
where's your representation?
You my representation. Jones my representation.
I don't represent you, bro.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you, Marina.
Yeah. All these black people on here, my representation. Positive, man. I'm just trying to talk positive. Y'all got a lot of hate. Y'all don't like me because the choice that I made, that is so
This is called Darvo,
go to the table. Can't none of us go to the Oval Office and say shit and speak for shit about black people, bro. But you voted for that, though.
No, but I could come on this platform with you, black man, and Jones is a black man, and y'all give me the opportunity.
Hey, you
to
better
speak.
be glad this is Jones Live, because I'd have booted your ass the fuck up out of here a long time ago if this was my shit, but it's not my live.
That's why it's not your live. Itchy.
Thank you, Cassie.
Uptown, let me ask you this. What happens?
If Jones want me to go, he would have been kicked me off.
Nah, I left you up because they asked me to let you up.
Y'all bidding on me. It's okay. It's all good. But
Uptown,
I want to get back to Adora question. Her question had more sense than yours do. Yours is just you know, you don't like me. That's okay. Love you, brother.
No, you don't. You don't love us. You voted against our best interests. You voted against the best interests of the black community. You voted against the best interests of black women. Like you are not educated. You are not well versed. You're not emotionally stable. Why are you talking while I'm talking? You're just proving my points. Like if we're gonna be, if I'm gonna keep it a buck, if I'm gonna be who I am, bro, I hate you. I hate black men who refuse, you know what I'm saying, to educate themselves and do the work, and you know what I'm saying, like to become emotionally well regulated and do what's right for all people. You know what I'm saying? If you are for black liberation and your black liberation movement looks like I want to liberate myself and not liberate black gay people and black women and black disabled people and black trans people and black children, then you're not for black liberation. You're for liberation of yourself, and I hate you because of it. And
well, instead of putting the word black in front of it, could we take the word black out and just put all of those people?
No.
Why does it have to be? Because I feel like that is
because you're racist. A coon. You feel like that because you're a coon.
When you're separating God's people,
we are not playing Sky Daddy. We are playing real life.
Okay, got it. Okay,
like screaming in the name of a foreigner's God, bro, is crazy. You don't believe in God. You don't believe in God. You don't believe in Jesus. You don't believe in the Bible. You don't believe in any of that.
You telling me I don't?
You don't.
You telling me I don't believe in God or Jesus?
No, you don't.
Better yet, I'll do you one better. Not only do you not believe in him, you don't know shit about the book you talk. You don't know shit about the book you talking about.
We're not even talking about a book. We're talking about believing in God.
See, but how do you believe in Jesus? How do you believe?
By having faith.
The fuck?
By having faith.
No, actually, I'm gonna be quiet after this, Joe. Actually, hold on, Uptown, because your book, the one that you don't read, the one that you believe in, says to show the study to show thyself approved.
All right. Well, Jones, I'm gonna go ahead and Jones, I did hear you say that we're not talking about the guy in the sky.
That's cool.
Like
check it out. Itchy,
so,
I got a question for you.
I'm gonna go ahead and
nobody gives a fuck. Itchy, you have any siblings?
Yes, I do.
All right. Any of them sisters?
I have 2 sisters left.
All right. Let's say, oh my God. All right, great. So let's say it's like 20 years ago, me and you were boys. And I said, yo, Itchy, I seen your sister at the bar last night. Some dude was putting stuff in her drink. And I left. And today, I'm co-signing the dude that was putting that stuff in her drink as the owner of the bar. Are you going to talk to me like we boys?
Nigga, I'm whooping you first.
Right? Uptown wants you to love him after co-signing the dude that be slipping stuff in the women's drinks as the owner of the bar. He went right up to the application, said, "Me too. I got it. Put my name on the dotted line for that man." And then he want to come up here and be
meddling.
like, oh, let's all love each other. And God wants me to do that too. God wants me to put the rapist.
Meddling. Send me a DM. I'll see if I can unblock you. Send me a DM and tell me what your username is.
God wants me to take the dude that's the rapist, the dude that cheats on all his wives, and put him in the highest office in charge of everybody. That's godly. For the God that, I mean, I believe he's fictional, but whatever. And it has nothing to do with the book. It's just the faith of my imagination that I believe that that's what the God is, right? So, Uptown, Jones said at the beginning of our God discussion for you to look up Matthew 25, 31 through 46.
No, I didn't even ask him to look it up. I just asked him if he knew what it was.
That's
He
right.
told me not to look it up.
I didn't.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I said, without looking it up, tell me what it's about. And he couldn't because he doesn't know the book.
That is a passage where Jesus is telling you what's going to happen when he comes back. And if you are, if you have been feeding the homeless or the hungry, if you've been housing the unhoused, if you've been inviting in the stranger, you're good. You did that for the least of these. You did it for Jesus. If you didn't do that, you're going to get tossed out. So which one of those are you when you vote for Trump?
Ooh, I'm mute, Uptown. I want to hear.
Yeah, he jumped into the wrong panel.
Let's Sky Daddy it up. Which one of those are you?
When you're done with him, Jeff, I'd like to ask him something too, please.
Sure. I sent you an invite to unmute. I really want to know which one of those are you. Uptown and co-op.
He'd said before that he was leaving. He probably doesn't even know he's still on the line. You know,
My man held down that.
Too smart.
My man held down that PlayStation button quick. Went right back to the menu. Uptown. You had a lot to say about this God. If you know where he's at, 50,000 gold pieces, but which one are you? Are you the one that houses the unhoused? Are you the one that feeds the hungry? Are you the one that...
I bet he thinks he left.
I'm over feed the hungry guy.
There he goes.
No, all of them. He doesn't say pick one. He says all of those. Inviting the stranger in. Clothe people who need clothing. Is that what you did? Is that what you did with your vote?
Is that what I did with our vote? I don't have to do that with my vote. I'm actually doing it.
No. I said, is that what you did?
Life.
Is that what? Also, how are you inviting in the stranger? Are you going to Mexico and bringing in asylum seekers?
Why would I do that when I got people in here that's struggling? I don't have to travel somewhere else to find help.
So how are you inviting in the stranger?
If you don't know the person, that means the person's a stranger.
Yeah. How are you inviting them in?
First is always, introducing yourself, right? And see what the person's about and what they do for a living.
What they do for... I said, how are you inviting in the stranger? You're saying hello to somebody. You're telling me you say hello to people at the checkout at Walmart. I'm asking you, how are you inviting in the stranger? James says faith without works is dead, my guy. So how are you inviting them in? Please, let's not be ableist in the chat. He can look weird all by himself.
It doesn't matter to me, Jeff or Dorno. Either one of y'all, when you get an answer from him, when you ask the next question, could you at least ask him, does he believe in the Muslim ban?
Okay. I wanted to say something to him, actually, not a question, but yeah.
No, go for it, Dorna. I don't think any answer is going to be
Yeah, it's not.
In the right direction.
But Uptown, are you there? Because I want you to I want to make sure you're hearing this. Are you there?
I'm here.
Right. Yeah, you asked earlier, why is it that we say black, right? Why can't it just be everyone? Why can't we just remove the word black from it and just say, hey, we're trying to look out for everyone, right? The reason is that, I'm just giving you a couple of stats, because that's what I do, right? But the proceeding of the National Academies of Science, they're a world-renowned science journal. In 2020, they put out a study, or they published a study that states that black newborns are 3 times more likely to unalive in a hospital than white newborns when they're cared for by a white doctor than when they're cared for by a black doctor, right? This would be like all of the babies being okay, or all of the houses are fine except the one house that's on fire, and you send the fire department to the other houses, right? We say black because there are particular things happening to black people. Right, black children are 3.6 times more likely to be suspended from school for the same behaviors as white children. Black people are in 91% of hospital systems in the United States. Black people are less likely to get the correct amount of pain medication, right? And we're 12 times more likely to be wrongfully convicted of drugs. 7 times more likely to be. Last year, 61% of the people that were exonerated because they were wrongfully convicted were black. That's the reason that we say black. Because it wouldn't make sense to say all, because that's just not happening to all, right? Right? And we do speak for other communities. We also speak for the indigenous communities, not speak for them, but try to hold them up as well in terms of supporting them, I should say. That's the word, supporting them, right? I was just on a live day before yesterday where I was speaking about the Latino community. So we do speak about other racially marginalized groups, but the fact of the matter is that we know that in regards to the racial hierarchy, that a lot of these things that are impacting, when they impact other people, they're impacting black people even worse, us in a lot of these cases. That's why we say black. Does that make sense to you? Like if black newborns are being unalived more when they're cared for by white doctors, why would I be speaking about all the newborns and not trying to stick up for the black newborns that are being unalived? Does that make sense? Uptown?
I feel like Uptown ain't listening to this now.
Yeah, I think he's broken.
Yeah. Uptown, are you there? You're on mute in case you don't know.
Yeah, no, I said it makes sense.
Yeah, so but you're saying, why are we saying the word black as though you're like all lives mattering issues that are happening to particular groups? What you're doing is like going to like a breast cancer awareness event, and then you're like, why don't we say all cancer at the breast cancer awareness event? That's what you're doing right now. Does that make sense to you?
It makes sense to what you're explaining to me. Yes. Do I grasp it? Do I believe it? No. But what yes, it makes sense. Everything that you said.
So wait. So if no. So you don't agree that if black newborns are unaliving more, then we should try to focus on black newborns and try to get them to stop them from unaliving more? You don't agree with that?
Yes, I agree with that. Yes, I do.
No, you literally just said you don't agree. You said you understand, but you don't agree.
It's the way you paint the narrative.
So it's the way that I did. Wait. So how did I literally just gave stats and then said that those people are hurting more, so clearly we would focus on the people that are hurting more. What's the narrative that I painted? Black newborns are being unalived more, black children are being suspended more, black people are being harmed more in the medical field, black people are being harmed more in the judicial, and I gave stats. So what is the narrative I'm painting? And it's not me, the American Psychological Association, the New England Journal of Medicine, the NIH, these are the people that are painting it, not me. So how am I painting a narrative by giving the actual stats?
It's nothing I can say.
Can you respond, please? No, I'm asking you. No, there is something you can say. You can explain. No, you can explain your statement.
You're right.
There is something you can explain your statement. If black newborns are being unalived more, how is it painting a narrative to say, hey, black newborns are being unalived more, Let's try to figure out how to make that not happen. How is that painting a narrative? I want you to actually answer.
That's a hell of an answer.
How is that painting a narrative? How is that painting a narrative? Because at this point, I think that you're just saying anything. Like, even if it doesn't make sense, you're just trying to say something counter. That's what's happening. Because I didn't paint a narrative. I gave actual facts, like actual stats from reputable sources. And your only response is to say something counter because that's what you think you should do, even if it doesn't make sense. Do you recognize that about yourself?
When I don't know something, I don't speak on nothing. You follow what I'm saying? When I don't know something, I don't speak on nothing.
I didn't ask you to know.
You asking me about
what you said
babies being unalive?
You don't have. Yeah, you don't have to know. I didn't ask you about babies being unalive. I asked you a question that a toddler could answer. I asked you if black babies are being unalived more, then why would it be wrong to say, hey, let's figure out why black babies are being unalived more and stop that? I don't. The point that I was making was that saying black babies are being unalived more.
Yes.
To say then why are you saying black would be silly, don't you think? To ask why are we saying black when it's the black babies that are being unalived more.
I got you.
Isn't that a silly question?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Yeah, that was ignorant of me because what you're saying is, look, we're specifically talking about these babies being unalive. And
not just,
so,
yeah,
100%
but that's
right.
the case
Yes.
in all of these cases.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's the point in all of these cases. I gave stats not just about the babies. I gave stats about black people receiving less pain medication, black people being wrongfully convicted more, right? So the reason that we're saying black isn't just because we're like, hey, we don't like these other people. We're saying black because it's actually impacting black people. That's why we're saying black, right? But the point is,
but am I wrong? I don't want to cut you off, but am I wrong to say that it's not impacting me individually?
It's impacting you. It's impacting.
I don't want to cut you off while I cut you off. Hey, Jason, I'm gonna drop you down real quick. Jeff, I'm gonna drop you down too. But I'm gonna bring you back up in a little bit. But I want Shan and Adorna to handle this.
Yeah, I'm going to show you how it's impacting you and you don't know. Because being unaware that something is happening does not mean it's not happening. It just means you don't know what's happening, right? So an example of this that I usually give is...
Hold on. You put words in my mouth. I told you that does not affect
me. Yes, it does.
That it does impact you. I'm giving you an example of how it impacts you directly.
Okay.
Right? In the medical field, for example, when you go to the doctor, I'm positive you've been to the doctor before. When you go to the doctor, they put a blood pressure cuff on your arm. Like they put a blood pressure, and then they put something on your finger called a pulse oximeter, right? That happens when you go to the doctor. It happens when you go to the emergency room and triage, for example, right? That machine reads about 10% higher on black people, right? Most people don't know that, but it's true. That reads about 10% higher, and black people are 3 times. I'm not black people. It reads about 10% higher on darker skinned people. And black people specifically are about 3 times more likely to get an incorrect reading. Right? That's something that would have impacted you, even if you don't know it. Everyone is impacted. Unless you've never been to a doctor in the United States, every black person has been impacted, and every white person has gotten the privilege from it because they have been able to get correct readings. So that's white privilege, right? But every black person would be negatively impacted by that, right? So, and it's not just that. We're not even just specifically that. Tons of things in the medical field impact black people and racially marginalized groups, but black people specifically, who we're talking about currently, that you might not be aware of, but are actually happening, right? So,
yes, ma'am.
So the point being that when you're saying, because it just sounds to me like you're just defensive about us potentially saying negative things about white people, which is odd to me because you're not white. But you're so defensive. But you're so defensive about not wanting to say negative things about people that when things are negatively impacting other people, you're negating them in order to try to make everybody happy. You're not focusing on the people that are actually being harmed.
I want to say something, right? I got on this call, and everything that I say is coming from what I know. I'm not learning it from nobody else. I'm doing it just my opinion. What we doing right now is called fellowshipping. You follow what I'm saying? I'm learning something that I don't know, and I'm willing to learn. When I got on the platform, I'm only going off of what I know.
Yeah,
but
okay,
I've been
the problem
beat
with
down
that
ever
though,
since.
Uptown, is that a
But
lot
I
of the
just want
things,
to
like
be.
for example, in regards
Hey,
to
hold on
politics.
one second, Adorna. I want to hear what Shan has to say real quick, and then I'll come right back to you.
Yeah,
So
I just have a
Shan,
real
back to
quick
Adorna,
question.
and then Uptown.
Yeah, I just have a real quick question, Uptown, because you just spoke on it. You said that what we're doing up here is fellowshipping. So typically, when you vote and who you vote for, whether it's the party you vote for or the candidate you vote for, typically that person is aligned with your morals, your values, your belief systems, right? So what I have a hard time understanding is why we have 92% of black women voted for Kamala and about 80% of black men voted for Kamala, right? Why is it that you want to continue to fellowship with people who don't go along with your value systems, your morals, your belief system? There's plenty of pro-Trump lives going on right now that you could join up and fellowship with people who are more aligned with you. So why is it that you want to align yourself in every way, politically, socially, all the ways with Trump supporters, but then when it's time to fellowship, you want to come back over here with us?
No, I only like Trump for president, political reasons. It has nothing to do with personal reasons, home reasons, and things like that.
Right, but political is everything. Like who you align, what you align with politically is who you are as a person, and who you are as a person is literally diametrically opposed to who people are as a person who voted for Kamala, and most black people voted for Kamala.
Sure.
So you are, and I'm not. This is not any shade towards you. It's really something I'm confused about. You're diametrically opposed to what most other black people believe and want for themselves and want for the country. You're more aligned with the Trump supporters. That's why you voted with them, right? So why don't you want to go hang out with them? Do they make you feel uncomfortable? Do you feel unwanted over there? Like what's the reason?
No, I hang around all people. I don't discriminate. I hang around all people. And I got friends and family that supported Trump. I got friends and family that supported Kamala Harris.
Okay, so my point is, instead of you sitting here, like you said, trying to fellowship with a bunch of people who voted for Kamala and who
go find some Trump supporters to go with. That's what you said.
Go fellowship with people who you are like-minded with. Go fellowship with your people. Go find your people. They're not here.
I do enjoy this platform. I do agree with a lot of things that Jones talk about, and that's why I do.
There's no way. It's impossible. It's impossible.
I'm not like everybody else. Just because I'm willing to say, hey, I'm stand up and say, hey, this is who I want as my president, but I can't step back and go back to my community is absurd.
No, because you did something to actively harm your community.
Why? Somebody asked him why he voted for Trump.
You may as well be Trump.
Somebody
saying, why am I not accepted in the black community? Why would you be?
Y'all. So you telling me y'all believe
family values when we ask them.
So you telling me y'all believe that since I voted for Trump, I went against my people?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I'm not. So let me ask you a question. When you vote, is it about your individual vote or is it about your people?
It is about my people, you idiot.
I didn't know that. When I voted for myself. I didn't put y'all behind it.
I shouldn't have called you an idiot.
And hold on, Shan.
I'm black. I'm used to being beat down. It's no big deal. You can say.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to shut up. Hey, Shan, you just pointed out the thing that separates him from what blackness is. He voted for himself, and blackness doesn't vote for themselves.
That's why you are not one of us, because black people are a communal people. We are not selfish, individualistic people. We are a communal.
I live in
people.
Washington, D.C. right now in the middle of the hood.
Shut up and let me finish. Shut up and let me finish. I was in the middle of a sentence.
Hey, can y'all mute him?
I was in the middle of a sentence.
Where I'm from, you can't come.
You need to be quiet. I don't care. See, you need to be quiet. I'm speaking.
Shan, hold on one second. I'm sorry.
The reason what you just said is exactly why you are not welcome. You are not part of this community because you are not a communal person, and you just admitted it. You voted for yourself for selfish, individualistic reasons. Black people have always been a communal people. So the reason you are not welcome over here, the reason you do not belong here, the reason you do not fit in is because, like you just said, oh, you vote for your people instead of yourself? What? I vote for me. You didn't even vote for you, first of all. You didn't even vote for you. I can hear the pour in your voice. You didn't even vote for yourself.
Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Oh, Lord.
If I tell y'all that I'm learning, if I told y'all
That's
that I was,
stolen, by the way. That's stolen shit. I'm just letting you know.
if I told you that I was learning something, would you believe me?
No, I don't think you've learned one thing, literally, since
Okay.
you've been on this live. I don't think you've learned one thing.
Okay. All right, cool. Well, I am learning something. And I feel like what you're telling me is that what I'm hearing is like, damn, regardless of what you stand for and what you believe in.
You don't stand for shit, bro.
I do, Jones. I stand for a lot, Jones.
No, you don't.
Jones, just because you don't know me in real life don't mean you know what I'm saying?
What was Jesus' main directive?
Jesus' main directive was to reunite.
No.
Bring everybody together.
No.
No. What was Jesus' main goal then, Jones? I'm trying to learn something.
Let me ask
Jones.
some other people.
Please don't beat me down. Please don't beat me down, Jones. Please
Adorna.
teach me. Don't harm me. What did Jesus come to the earth for? Teach me.
Adorna, what's Jesus' main directive? Oh, Adorna she probably had an alarm go off.
Donald Trump has now broken his fourth promise to the American